Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praises and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Blessing to the hopeful and sincere elect. GMS London SW out here once again. Side of downfall. This wicked ass system, man, this kingdom. Babylon the Great, aka America. And the UK, Great Britain's a part of that beast system, which is ready to implode on itself, man. See all the news and the prophecies taking place right before our eyes, man. It's not tarrying, man. You're seeing the destruction, the public demolition, banking industry. Esau trying to find some new way to bring in his new world order, a new digital system that regarding the image of the beast. That image is going to come with the mark, man, the MOT to the B, where everything's going to be digitalized, man. That digitalized transformation is taking place right before our eyes. That's why all these different banks all of a sudden are tanking and going under. You had the SVB started it, then there was a domino effect, like 3 other banks got hit. Then you had the Credit Suisse, they're Swiss cheese now, you know. Credit Suisse is Swiss cheese, man. They're gone, man. They're none of the streets, man. No, it's going to be a trickle-down effect, a domino effect. And they're still saying that more banks, especially in Europe, are going to be affected by this. They're going to start going under. Major retailing banks.
There was a Senate hearing. I believe it was Janet Yellen, the head of the Fed. I believe it was Janet Yellen. And then one of the Senate, I believe, Senator from Governor rather from Oregon. And he was basically saying, I was like, look, man, so what are you telling me? Are you telling me that these small regional banks, that if they go under, would they get the same protections too? And basically, Janet Yellen, she was effectively saying, nah, you know how they basically dilly-dally around the point. But it was basically a no, right? And then what he was saying was like, okay, so now we've got a 2-tier system, right? Where basically one tier of bank will get a bailout and the other won't. And he's basically saying, what are you going to do to protect these banks and everyone removing their money from the small banks, the big banks, right? And basically I was reading some more information, they saying like 50% of loans are given by these like small regional banks. So when they go under, rather, who's gonna,
you can't bail out everyone.
That's it.
The bailouts are only for like the big banks and all that, man. But these small banks, they hold a lot of weight as well now. Like they got a lot of accountants and a lot of different, a lot of things going on with their banks that major banks are doing. Once those small banks go under, it's going to backfire, man.
Yep.
And those big banks ain't going to be able to hold the weight. Bank of England, that's going to tank as well, man. Obviously they're going to use the Bank of England to push that new coin, new digital currency.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, the Bitcoin. So that's going to be probably more stable than all the rest of the banks. Because all these other banks basically got funded, came through the Bank of England.
Yeah.
That's how it all started in the first place. So it's getting spicy, man. It's prophecy speaking, man. You see what's going on over there in France right now?
Oh yeah.
Holland. They raised the fucking pension age from 2 years, from 62 to 64, and them French.
Yeah, they were
going crazy, man. It's like, nah, fuck that. Even just for 2 years, man.
Yep.
Retirement age and all that. Everyone's the world's in uproar, man. Everyone's in uproar around the earth, man. Why? Because the wicked is still ruling on the earth. That shows you that the wicked is still ruling. Prosperity and all that jargon ain't gonna happen. Taken out of the way, man.
Second Ezra 9 from the top. The answer be done and said, measure out the time diligently itself. When thou seest part of the signs past, which I've told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest against the world is made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars of the people, which as the Bible is going into, that's what you're seeing in the world now, man. Lots of uproars, right? Lots of people basically upset.
Sedition.
Yep. But there shall be sedition among men. And this, as the scripture goes to say, this is just the beginning of sorrow.
Beginning of sorrows, man. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get increasingly worse, like birth pains. When it comes to that final, that final cycle, when the water's about to burst, that's when all hell's breaking loose, man. But you can see the birth pains is happening. The banking industry is fucked. people are still acting like, oh, you can bounce back, not knowing it's getting worse over time, man. It's an unhealed, it's a wound that's not going to be healed, man. America's laden in thick clay, under like thick debt, under like you know, thick clay represents that debt that they're like, but yeah, so they ain't gonna be that shit ain't gonna be cured, man. It's not healed.
Yeah.
That means like, you know, from the ground up, like everything around based around America, infrastructure, the financial economy, everything is gonna be done for finito, man. It's finished. It's not gonna bounce back. America's not gonna be made great again. And what's gonna seal the deal? The nuclear missiles, man. That's what's coming. That's the final curtain call for America. Now you got all these threats coming. You want to arrest Putin and you know, arrest Biden, Trump. You know, it's showing you that these kingdoms,
both of them in at the same time. Yeah.
It's showing you that this kingdom's finished. The Edomite kingdom is done.
Done.
It's funny, Trump said he arrested for what is the spring equinox.
Yeah. He said he was going to be. He didn't even like. They didn't even suggest it. He's saying he's going to be arrested.
Yeah.
Supposedly for some leaks. But it shows you that you know this is a weak system, man, and you got weak leaders, man.
So it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars deep in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things on the days that before even before the beginning.
Yeah, why? Because it's the word of the Lord. Everything that's happening on the earth is, you know, a precursor to what the Lord said was going to happen. Showing you that the word of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, stands the test of time, man. It's faithful and true. He's not a man that he shall lie. He didn't write all these words. He didn't make all these, you know, the apostles and the disciples and the prophets write all these words down in the book, and none of it come to pass for no reason. It's not there for just no reason for like to read it like it's a Holly Quinn novel. It's there because it's the word, his word. His word is actually stands the test of time, man.
My word shall not return unto me void.
Yeah. And all these kingdoms that have come and gone, man, who destroyed all these kingdoms? The Lord, man.
Yeah.
This kingdom's no different, man. It's like these devils are so proud, they don't understand history, man. Every kingdom's had their height and had their rise and had their demise, man. America's no fucking different, man. That place is ready to be destroyed, man. And it's gonna be destroyed. Thus saith the Lord.
Psalm 75 and 7. The Most High is the judge. Put it down one, set it up another.
That's exactly what the Lord does, man. Because why? Because the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. He set up off the kingdoms. He set up off the kings, and he bring us down them. Like we was in the kingdom of. We had our own kingdom for 40 years, man.
Yeah.
Living righteous, so to speak. But was that the kingdom of heaven? No. The Lord took that from us because that wasn't the time for us to rule for eternity on the earth. Now's the time, though. And there's other kingdoms that have come and gone. Daniel's the 2nd chapter with the standing image and all that, you know. Daniel's the 7th chapter, the 4 beasts. All those kingdoms came and went, man. The only kingdom that's left is that little one, which is America. 8 heads, which it says is going to go into perdition. America was made to be destroyed, man. That's what it was made for. It wasn't made to prosper and be forever on the earth.
Yeah.
The land of opportunity, no, man. Yeah. That land was made to be destroyed, man.
Because in the Lord's script, right, it was always going to be the place that was going to be
destroyed as a memorial unto those that after, you know, that
Yeah, this is what happens when wickedness thrives in the earth, man.
Exactly. Judgment comes as well.
That's it.
Judgment comes with that. That's what these devils miss, the small print. Yeah, you can do all these abominations and live this debauchery and sadistic lifestyle, but don't be mistaken. Judgment's gonna come with it, man. They forgot the small print, man. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, all these ancient kingdoms that was doing idol worshipping and all these sick rituals and that, they all got judged, man. How is America no different when it's a conglomerate of all these wicked ancient customs and kingdoms all rolled into one? That's why it's called Babylon the Great, the land of confusion, man. Everyone's confused out there. You don't even know a man wants to be a man no more, a boy wants to be a boy.
Yeah.
You know, it's all mixed and mangled, man. Mixed and mangled.
Yeah. Real quick, Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that also shall he reap. That shall he also reap.
Yeah, and it tells you that in Job too, man. Them that are sown iniquity, they shall reap the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this devil's done. You know, you got the hypocrites of America, man, trying to go after Putin. Talk about war crimes and all that. But all the war crimes America's committed.
Yeah.
And Great Britain as well, man. They ain't been held accountable for their wicked crimes, their war crimes and all that. Why is Tony Blair still around walking free? That guy committed, treason to the highest level, man. Him and fucking George Bush Jr., man. Them guys didn't get arrested.
They're responsible for the death of millions.
Man. Over how many decades, man?
Oh, and not only that,
Also for the mental trauma, because like, friends, if you go and do an act, right, and especially in a country like America, they can basically get you for like for the trauma caused to someone. What about the trauma
caused to all of those American troops?
Isn't it, man?
The ones that came back with missing limbs, the ones that didn't come back,
The
PTSD and all that. The ones because they were giving them depleted
uranium shells, so of course that meant that they got cancer and all of that sort of
stuff,
stuff.
man. To his own troops.
Own troops, yeah. Project Orange, man. Esau's the devil, man. That's why the scripture says never trust thine enemy. You can't go to fight for this devil in the war. He's not for you, man. Ain't no patriotism in America, man. Wars is about money. It's about resources. That's what wars about.
Yeah.
Ain't about patriotism and all this bullshit. They make you think, make you believe that they're fighting for. They're all fighting illegal wars, man. All these wars that they're fighting that America goes into, starts conflicts. They're all illegal, man. It's all treachery, man. It's all ill-gotten gains. It's all backstabbing maneuvers, man. That's why they're trying to go after Putin right now. Because he's in league with China, and they're trying to do business, and America doesn't like it, man.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying in the car, the United States has a law
whereby the International Criminal Court tries and arrests an American citizen, that basically the Americans said, look, we gonna go and we gonna basically get our man back, i.e. we gonna invade the Hague, man. Right? They basically said we gonna invade the Hague, but yet they're gonna tell you that they're the peacemakers of that. Yeah. No, that's the war maker.
Yeah, man. They're the lords of war right now. Because America, why? Because it's ruled by the heathen, known as the Edomites, man. Which the Edomites got a blessing of a sword, a great sword, which was made to maim and kill people, as it tells in Revelation 6. They represent the red horse, man. To take peace from the earth. So Esau, Edom is not about, bringing peace on the earth. They're about continually they gather together for war, man.
Yeah, I got that as well.
First one, Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red. Power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. It was given unto them.
So that don't sound like any peace treaty. That sounds like they got together. They was given power from the Lord to destroy one another, man.
Yeah.
With his blessing, which is what? The sword. Ultimately, the great sword is talking about those nuclear missiles, which are going to be used, man. That's why you got Iran, working on their uranium and all that. Uranium and plutonium and all these different things. And you got them getting together with the Saudis now. Iran and Saudi are getting together, and they're banding together to get the Dragons of Arabia.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to go against who? The West, man. Because everyone's vexed against the West. Everyone's pissed off with the West, especially Putin. And he's a guard unto the other small nations around about him, like Iran and all that, the Saudis and all that. Russia's a guard unto the nations that are around, man. So they're gonna go ape shit on the West, man, on America mainly, man. But even over here in the UK, they're gonna get hit very hard, man.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done.
Especially like, they could see things that they would, right? Because you get certain things that happen in the world that never get reported, man.
Right. That's why they got rid of RT News, man. Banned that because they knew that they was pushing out what was really going
on down there.
I was going to even mention this on the spectrum of like what's happening on the ground in Ukraine, i.e. the weapon war and all of that. So like I didn't read into it too much. Basically, they were saying that how in Russia they use Ukraine as like a testing ground for their war weapons. Right, and the same thing, but America did the same thing in Panama, right? What's that film? Panama
Deception.
But obviously, the governments of these other countries as well, they're shit. Oh shit, they got that one. Oh shit,
they're seeing the proxy war from a standpoint. Also, what can we buy?
It's all about strategy, man.
Yeah.
It's all chess, man. And the Cuban Missile Crisis, all these different things. It's all about strategy, man, and setting up setting up their targets and setting up their players
Yeah.
against their enemies as close as they can. That's
it.
why they're always trying to encroach each other's borders, man.
Yeah.
One way or another, you know. And it's all about that missile power, man. Why?
it.
Because that's the ultimate weapon of destruction, man.
That's
WMDs, man, weapons of mass destruction. They end up, they're ready to be used, and they're going to wipe out this kingdom, man. That's why even Biden said, look, man, we ain't going to war yet. If we do, it's going to be the end of the end, man. No one's going to survive that, man.
That's it.
Because those weapons, man, those ICBMs, man, once they're let off, man, it's over, man.
It's over.
It's over. You can't come back from that.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to be around after that is the animals, man. Wild animals, man.
Yeah, and then the desert-like creatures.
You're going to really be taken back to the dark ages after that.
Yeah.
London's not going to look the same after a nuclear blitzkrieg, man. Nuclear fallout. London's not going to look the same.
Yeah.
All this is going to be looking like marshland all over again, man.
Yeah. As it was.
Yeah, like in the dark ages and that. All these houses are going to be stubble and rubble, man.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to be standing.
Right, and that always goes to show you, like, men in this world, man, they ain't men anymore, right? Because it was he was like, I'm out. She was the one that was sitting back trying to listen and get, see what the hell is going on. That's the problem in this world, man. Because sort of like people are just in this fully like delusion, yeah. Reality gonna come for you.
Coming knocking on your door. Now you got to deal with the banks and all of that. You can't hide from it. Yeah, you used to be able back in the day to scorn and scoff, like, and say chat shit and say, oh, that will never happen.
Yeah.
Now things are happening before your eyes. The banking industry's fucked.
Yeah.
There's World War rumors and all this stuff. Now, what are you gonna do? It's coming to your doorstep now.
Yeah.
You can't run from it, man. You have to deal with it. A lot of people just don't want to deal with reality, man. That's why they choose to conform to
other things
to try and distract themselves, man.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. The scripture says in Ecclesiastes, right, fully is said in great dignity, man. Right, and that's it. People talking about football or see that Arteta, yeah? He might have been like, oh, Saka. You Arsenal? Yeah, that Saka. Oh, Kim K was at the Arsenal game. Oh, yeah, he would have stuck around and had all that. Rashford and that. He would have stuck around listening.
Yeah, man. X Factor ain't going to save you, people, man. You can watch as much X Factor and Pop Idol as you want. It's not going to save you, man. That's amusement, man. That's a distraction. Whatever's happening behind the scenes is going to happen, man. It's going to come full force and come to the front. People going to have to deal with it, man. That's why I said people going to be like travailing like a woman, man. Men's going to be holding their stomach. You get that in Ezekiel 7 if you can. People are going to be catching the hell out here, man.
The only sucker they're going to be talking about in that day is how their house got ransacked.
Yeah, ransacked. Yeah. You know, feeling like a sack. Sack shit. People going to be catching the hell, bro. And it's beautiful because we've been out here. You've been warned. And us, as the men of the Lord, we're used to being in that hell zone. Passionate for the longest. Like, brothers been in this street for between 10 to 30 years for the apostles elders, catching L's, man, catching hell. Now it's time for you people to catch hell, man. You people need a taste of your own fucking medicine, man.
Oh, what was it? Them that are first shall be last.
Yeah, the last should be first.
Yeah, we've been last in this kingdom. We've scouring. We've been suffering in this kingdom, man. But with you get all of those that have received their consolation, for example. Even though I believe that's mainly talking about Jake, right? But just in the fact that in terms of prosperity, these heathens have been prospering, right? The wicked of our people have been prospering, but those that want to do right, Scripture says, he that roughly paraphrase, he that turneth to righteousness maketh himself a prey, right?
Yeah. You become an enemy of the state, man.
Yeah.
It's you against the world type spirit, man. Basically, you become the most hated and the most underrated.
Yeah.
You're doing the right thing by the Lord. As long as we're doing the right thing in the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, fuck these people, man. These people are in for it, man. You know, hell breaks these like people, their accounts and all that, trying to do bank runs, they can't access their money. That lifts up our spirit, man. That makes us happy.
Hey, we
ain't panicking.
We were pissed when they bailed out SVB, man.
I thought that was it.
Yeah.
I thought after that, they was going to say, oh, yeah, the banking industry's fucked.
Yeah, man.
Now we need to, because they said he was even closing the FDR. Federal Reserve Bank was going to close that Monday They said they weren't going to
Yeah,
open
well,
their
yeah, they
offices.
weren't gonna bail it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they said they were going to close their doors as well. So I thought, that's going to backfire on
yeah,
SVB then, but they managed to, Bank of England came
yeah,
to their fucking rescue
yeah,
like a bunch of sissies.
yeah.
Bought the shit for $1, But that's still going to fall.
Yeah. It's all part of the dominoes,
Yeah,
because they basically created a system now where basically and once again going back to what was said in that Senate hearing, people are going to be moving their money from them small banks to the big banks,
still going to
consolidate, and then what's going to happen? Right now, you basically just kill that one big bank
Yeah.
because Credit Suisse ain't a small fry. Right, but that's failing, and
big creditors.
yeah, Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, because those ones have been shaky since like the back end of last year. That's when they first started talking about, it's Credit Suisse, is Deutsche Bank okay?
Yeah, but it's funny
Right.
how they gave them fucking SVB bank managers fucking bonuses before the shit tanked
Before
out
the
and
shit
went under.
tanked, yeah.
They always do that. They did
always
the
do
same
that,
shit
yeah.
Royal Bank of Scotland. They
Yeah,
gave the
yeah,
fuckers bonuses as the shit was going under.
Yeah.
So that man can skate,
That's
and
it.
then declare bankruptcy of the company, man.
That's it.
And then start the shit all over again. Some bullshit,
Yeah.
man. That shows you that it's all skullduggery, man. This whole banking system is backed by fraud. Pure wickedness going on behind the scenes. The other day they even showed Trading Places produced by Aaron Russo, man. And it show you, man, the Dukes, man. Morton, man, his brother, man. Randolph and all that. Them Dukes of Eden, man. They're treacherous beings, man. The scum of the earth. The way they go about doing things, all for the sake of money, man. They'll fuck up industries and cause chaos.
Yeah.
Just for the dollar, bro.
The algorithm that the elders Ariala and elder Kaya Kwam here that they did on that. One of the things they mentioned is because I know someone who used the bank had the business bank had their US account with SVB, and also I think verify that the information that the elders were going into, but how you started having VCs, venture capitalists, calling their clients, telling them, hey, take your money out of SVB, take your money out of SVB beforehand. And then basically, the elders going into how that caused the panic. Just like the same thing with, I forgot which one, I think it was with Napoleon, I think it was, where the Rothschilds set a rumor.
The tank the stock.
Exactly,
So
just to buy it on the cheap, and that's effectively what happened. Because once again, this guy that I used to bang with SVB, other people would get memos, right? People were getting memos. Yo, take your money out, take your money out, and that's because that's one of the things they said. SVB didn't have a problem until everyone started taking their money out. Right, but that's that panic that they set in. So it controlled demolition.
Yeah, that's that fear mongering, man. Yeah. That's the whole banking system. They know it's not backed by anything. Anything tangible. Of intrinsic value. It's all backed by fucking paperback notes. No gold or silver, nothing, man. The shit's ready to implode. You're constantly printing more money, devaluing the dollar, devaluing the currencies. So it's just ready to implode on itself.
That's it.
That's that thick claim, man. We're going to get that afterwards. But
I got Ezekiel. Can I grab this as well? Isaiah 10 and 1 to them that decree unrighteous decree and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And I'm grabbing that because you mentioned the whole banking system wickedness, and that is all legislation, man. Right? It's written and spoken in a way. Once again, the elders going into it that the average man tries to get it, but then it's just like this is too much. Yeah, it's rigged. Just like we was when we did the Passover a video, right at the house. When we were speaking about how what do you call it, insurance, and it was like, bro, how can insurance have insurance? Like for us, like what the, bonds and which very deep, but like the whole fractional reserves stuff.
It's unmeasured it's unmeasured weights, man. It's usury and all that. It's usury is not lawful in the scriptures, man. That's what this whole system is based upon: usury, tax, and all of these things, man. It's wickedness, man. That's what this devil's done. Unjust balances. Yeah. That's what this devil's done with this whole system, man. It doesn't give you what you are, what you actually exchange for. Like if you have the ounce of gold coin, you expect the actual amount of weight in exchange for what you're trading for. Whatever you want to pay for, you expect that exact amount. He's found a way to, tilt the scales so you get less of what you pay for. You're paying even more than what you're supposed to be paying for for the same fucking
Same
amount.
thing. I saw this meme, man, where basically it was like at the top of it, it said someone asking for a $3,000 loan from the bank, and then it's basically like an evil monster, just like proper scrutinizing.
Yeah.
And then and then underneath it was like the same bank losing $50 billion, and it's like, oops, it's like in that kind of thing. These same people won't, your credit's full, we won't give you a £1,000 loan, but then they'll spend and waste 50 billion. Yeah. In some unjust dealings, man.
All the money that you put in those accounts, they only hold 10% of those holdings, man. The rest of it, they're out there throwing it around in different places, investing in other things. Like that's not a safe place to keep your money. If you take 20 grand, £20,000, and you put it in a bank account, savings account, you expect that 20 grand to be there for you to access and be able to take it out any time of the day, man.
Yeah,
because that's your money. That's the money you put in. If you go to the bank and try and take that money out, there's all kind of scrutiny, man. There's all kind of cutback and all that. You can't get that money out, man. Yeah, because that money's not in your account no more.
It's not in your account.
There's only 10% there.
Yeah.
What, 2 grand?
Which is also why they try push certain products on you. So one product that people also, if you put your money in an ISA, it's
your ISA account, all this saving shit.
But the ISAs, you sign a contract saying I will not touch this money for X period.
Why? Because they're going to use the
money.
So you can't touch it.
Exactly.
That's why they say you can't withdraw no money.
Yeah.
Don't try and access the money and all that. You can't take it out because
you don't have it.
Yeah, the money's not there. As soon as you sign that ISA, your money's gone.
It's gone.
It's already been transferred wire to another account in fucking in the Bahamas or wherever. You get me?
That's it.
And they're doing fucking business with that shit.
Yeah, man. They're buying prozzies with your money, man.
They're doing some shit on the
cocaine, dark web shit. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as you put your money in them accounts, that shit's gone. It just gets wired out to other foreign accounts, but worldwide, man.
But that's why the script. Say Richard surely making themselves wings, right? Because it flies away. Because there it is. You would have had people who had their life savings. Once again, SPP got lucky, right? But the next bank ain't gonna be so lucky. Will.
That was like a precursor, man.
Yeah.
That was just like a demo of what they're gonna do. They wanted to test the waters and see how people react.
Yeah.
Because they never done that shit before, where the bank just goes under straight away like that.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere, like no reason. It's tanks and shit. Like they never, that was a public. That was a public. They did that. That was a demonstration of how they want to do the whole banking industry.
Yeah, real talk. Because with the other banks back in 08, it was the housing crisis.
Yeah, it was the housing bubble
that actually caused that. But that is true.
Nothing caused it. It was them.
Yeah. They manipulated.
It was the bankers, man. The international bankers, the Rothschilds and all that. It's like, now we're going into phase 6.
But once again, and this is what. Let me grab the phone real quick. Real quick.
Now they're going into phase 666, man. That's the phase they're in right now. To attack the banking industry so they can bring in this monk, man.
Yep. Real quick, Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And the reason why I'm thinking of this one is, you had people who weren't your big, Silicon Valley type company, but they had business at Silicon Valley Bank, right? Their business accounts, so it's people's payments, this is people's livelihood. But what were people saying? Don't bail them out. Don't bail out the bank. They were
yelling and all that. They're saying that shit.
Yeah. And they were saying of the common man online was like, why are they getting bailed out? It ain't fair. But wait there, what about your fellow man? Surely you should be caring about your fellow man being able to buy, being able to feed their family. This is it. They were portraying that image. That's probably why they started it with Silicon Valley Bank. Because because that's got that image,
bank, but it's still got a major impact. So we'll start with them.
Exactly. Whilst also having that name of Silicon Valley, which people associate with like rich scumbags and tech bros. But it's like now you have just small fish that are just doing their thing. Startups. Exactly. They employ like 50 people, and those 50 people are dependent on them. So then when those people saying, let it go, let it tank, they're all saying all of those jobs.
But they don't realize all that talk, all that stupid talk, that's gonna backfire
on them. And
that's gonna come to your local bank where you ain't gonna be able to get no money from your account.
100%. And that's why they did it the way they did. Same thing with the jab, right?
people, well, if you get sick, then they shouldn't treat you. You should just die. That's what these guys were saying. These are civilized liberals. You know, the liberals are the ones that supposedly care about everyone.
That just shows you the herd mentality of
Yeah.
how that fear mongering will make people do stupid shit, make haste in the time of trouble, man.
Yep.
And that's why this whole system is going to implode, because there's no faith in this place, man.
Nah.
This whole system is based upon lies,
Yep.
treachery, wickedness,
Fact,
man.
fact, fact,
And it was
fact.
spawned by the devil himself, man. That's why it's not going to stand, man.
Mhm.
In the kingdom of heaven, we ain't going to have these kind of problems, man. There ain't going to be no bank runs in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Yeah.
It'll be too heavy. You're carrying all of that gold. Ain't going to be no bank runs and shit out there. Everyone lining up trying to get their money out their account, man. I want my gold and all that.
That's
Man, there ain't going to be none of that, man.
That's
You know, everything's going to be just, man.
That's it.
Because the unjust balance is an abomination to the Lord.
Yep.
That shows you that these devils are godless, man. They don't fear the Lord.
Yeah.
They don't go by his standards, man. His commandments. Because if they did, this whole banking shit wouldn't be happening in the first place, man. He wouldn't be, using usury to bewitch the people, man, into taking their money.
That's what it is.
These benchers, man. These are the benchers.
Devils.
Yeah. You know? These handlers, man. These handlers, they're going down, man. It says you're going to heap treasures for the last days. You inhabit as a Mac cash, all of that. We're going to get them presets anyway.
Yep.
Real quick. Sirach 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
By deceit, yeah. That's what it is. These riches have been gotten by deceit. Your whole banking industry was based upon what? Slavery.
Yeah.
Stocks and bonds, the first commodities that started the whole banking industry, central London or the city of London, the banking district, was slavery, man.
Yeah.
Slave ports, auctioning blocks. That was your whole banking system. The word bank goes back to what? Bench.
Yep.
Where you was set up and trade, That's what you was doing, man. And we was part of that bench, man. You was stocking and trading jakes, man.
That's it.
People like cattle.
Yeah.
Now you got the whole market in different commodities and shit.
Yeah.
You sell sugar, all this gold, your orange juice, whatever it is, man. You're trading. That's how you traded jake back in the day, man. That started your whole banking industry. So if you started off with iniquity, how's your shit gonna, flourish, man? In the end, it's gonna crumble, man.
Yeah. It's rooted in it.
Rooted in
Rooted in wickedness. Like, it's sort of like
Same kind of point that you make, slightly different topic of just like how you get people that will start a relationship by way of adultery, right, and then expect that relationship to flourish.
That relationship was begun in wickedness, therefore it's going to end in wickedness, man. Same way like Esau's system, it was begun in wickedness, and it's going to end in such, right?
Violence, man.
That's with violence.
Woe to the bloody city, full of lies and robbery. This place is built upon lies and robbery, man. You can't expect this place to go on forever. Because it wasn't founded upon righteous values, man. Morals, man. Founded upon wickedness. Even America itself, the land was stolen.
That's
the true inhabitants of that land, but these devils think they're gonna rule that land forever, man.
And then they
kick those the real inhabitants of that land out of that land.
Yeah, they're calling them aliens.
Yeah, man.
And illegal immigrants in their own fucking land, man.
Whilst in the same breath, keeping these. This is the thing, right? These devils make it seem like these other countries are just filled with stupid people that can't make good of themselves. But he's the one that goes into those countries and purposely destabilizes them to keep their leaders on a tightrope. Because I always kind of think, but here it is. One, the scriptures call Europe, for example, bottom pit because it hasn't got any natural resources like that, right? But then you get a whole lot of natural resources in a country, say Congo, for example, right? A lot of the world's natural resources, the rare earth minerals, come from Congo. Yet the Congo is impoverished, hella impoverished, right? In fact, getting worse over time. But then, what do you call it? How is it that that nation can have all of that natural resource but be impoverished? Because he goes down there and he tells those leaders, look, man, you do what we say or we make shit even worse for you guys. The economic hitmen. Right? Just the same way, just like how
someone was pointing out with what the Federal Reserve did to save those banks, just printed $300 billion. Right? Other countries can't just print $300 billion.
Can't do that.
Well, I remember one economist saying, yo, you go out. So tomorrow, buy yourself a printer and you print yourself £1,000, you get done.
That's illegal.
Well,
But a bank
American
can do it.
FDR, whatever you want to call it. Private banks, institutions, they can do that because it's funded, it's rigged. It's rigged from the top to the bottom, man. But it's all monopoly money, and the major players are these international bankers, which are the small hat rats, are running around the earth, controlling shit because the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked.
Yeah. It's funny you said monopoly money, because when you're playing Monopoly,
Yeah.
and then when you win, and you not that you think it's real money, but you get that feeling, yeah, I've got the most money.
Yeah, you get proud. You get proud. You start counting them notes.
Yeah.
That's how
but
Esau does.
But it's fiat. Ultimately, that's what the money that we have in our pocket is the same
They
thing.
own all the land, all the property, but they never go to jail. Even if they go to jail, they buy their way out. Because they think they're above the law.
Yeah. Or they'll be in.
They think they're above the law, man. You're not above your how about sending you outside. That's why your shit's gonna crumble anyway. Don't matter what you devils do.
Ezekiel 7 and 5 is called for thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil. Try that again. Thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil. Behold, it's come, and end is come. The end is come. It watcheth to thee. Behold, it is come. Verse 13, for the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive, touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. Probably goes on to their yeah, man, but that's just it, man. Esau's kingdom is coming down, right? And the Lord is the one that has basically sanctioned. Why? Because he's not this world, man, right? And Esau's got to go, right? The fact that us as individuals can't do our own thing is hell, man, right? But once again, that's the position that we're in, according to the precept, because what says it shall go to this man with a wonderful thing. 28, right? So that's what we're having to do, but we can't wait for this man to go down, right? That's why it says here we have no continuing city, seek one to come. Where we see one, a kingdom where, as the bubble is going into, man, there ain't no blood back on, right? Here it is, for all we know, we might wake up on Monday and all the money that we had in the bank is gone.
Yeah, jump back up to verse start from like verse 8.
Yep. Ezekiel 7 and 8. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense all thine abominations. Verse 10, behold the day, behold it is come. The morning is gone forth, the rod hath blossomed, pride hath budded. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs, neither shall there be wailing for them. Time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath upon all the multitude thereof.
Yeah, man. So there's going to be hell upon all these industries, man.
Yep.
And the Lord, this is pertaining to the 2/3 of Jake, but this can, refer to Esau as well, because Esau is ruling right now, man, and his land is in trouble, man. His land is perishing, but right before his eyes. And the Lord, these devils hold themselves accustomed to the scriptures, even though they're not God fearing, they don't fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but they call themselves God fearing Christians. They have it on their dollar bill, and God be saying, God so God we what was it?
In God we trust.
In God we trust, and all that. Well, they don't trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The God that they trust in is Satan. They won't tell you that, man. That's how the devil is. He's a deceiver, man.
Same like how, which I'm pretty sure would have probably been originally said when Jake was still in rulership. We'll need to fact check that. But just like how in the UK the anthem is God Save the King, right, or God Save the Queen. Well, nowadays now you got these Edomites in power. They're not talking about the God of the scriptures.
Yeah. Why? Because they don't believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's why this whole kingdom is ready to implode on itself, man. The whole earth is crying out for help. The earth is, desperately, polluted, man. It's wickedly, it's exceedingly polluted.
Exceedingly pollute the whole earth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why this place is getting ready to be judged. There's going to be more famines. There's going to be more bank runs, more destabilization of the governments, and more uproars of the people, more riots, more sedition. More presidents and MPs getting arrested, getting put on Front Street. Everyone's getting revealed, man. Why? Because the Lord's lifting up the skirt on this place. This place is not the kingdom of heaven; it's the kingdom of hell. This place is getting ready to be judged, man. Esau Edom was never made to rule forever, man. He was just made to be a whooping stick unto the Lord's children, the Lord's sons, man, the children of Israel. He was just made to be a whooping stick. He was never made to rule them entirely. That to show you the power of the Lord. How he can raise up a cave monkey, the basis of men, and give him the whole world to rule over, man. But inherently, he's not the real inheritance to rule over the earth. He's just a stage, man.
Yep.
He's just been put in there for a short time, man. He ain't really the true inheritors of this earth. He was just put in there for a season to show that the Lord can give anyone this kingdom, man. Anyone. Psalm 75 and 7,
And that's what Esau is, man. He's by far the base.
the lowest of the low, man.
He don't even look right. That's the worst thing.
He's violent in the earth.
Here it is, the Most High. Here it is, the Most High made all the nations have a pigmentation. But then with Esau, he gave Esau the power to deceive these nations to make them not like the way they look. You got billboards in, the west coast of Africa with like a bleaching cream, right, made by I think it was one of these big major Western corporations. But that's it. Those same Western corporations will go out talking about, we're not racist and this, that, and the other. Whereas they're pushing that image in other countries saying, the best way to look is like a so-called white woman, right? Where that's against the scriptures completely, man.
Of course, man. That's the curse of Cain. Curse of leprosy. Yeah, leprosy is not a blessing, man. That's a curse, man. You're cursed against nature itself.
Yeah. But Esau will do what? Esau will promote that Winnie Harlow bit, right? That unclean leper, man. That woman looks weird as hell, man.
Like she's a top model and all that.
Yeah.
She was in the Hollywood scene and all that madness, parading around. She's someone, great. She's got a curse called leprosy, man. She's buzzed. She's big. She looks nasty, man. She's supposed to be dead already, man.
Yeah, she's
During that play.
That's it. She's supposed to be abhorred, right? Abhorred, basically, it's separated, man.
Take care.
What was it?
Yeah, similar.
The rats and that. Is that what she's saying? Biblical exterminators, man. What the prophets of doom, man. That's what we are.
That's it. What do you call it there? Start off the apostles on down. We came down. We got told to survey the situation and report back. And the report and the recommendation is it shall be destroyed.
Yeah,
right?
man. We are reporters. Reporters that you think.
Yeah.
The word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, through the Holy Spirit, man, prophesying the downfall of this kingdom. That's what we're here to report, man. They don't get in line and get their shit to act together. They're gonna get caught up in the melee, man. That's what we're telling you. You can't deny shit's changing drastically now. Because you can see what's happening right before your eyes with this whole banking situation. Now you can see how they're gonna implement the new digital system, man.
And once again, it just
now they're talking about they're doing an upgrade of the banking system starting from Wednesday.
There you go. And even in July, what did they say in June or July? They're looking to bring in the digital currency or digital system now. They're going to start running a digital banking system. June. So the speculations there. Oh yeah, IUIC. What are you going to say, man? They come out in June and say everything goes digital, man. What are you going to say then? Playing them videos back to back. It is June. And we're coming into the month of June very soon, man. It's a couple months away, man.
Around the corner.
3 months, man. Literally, man. Anything happens between now and that time, man.
Yeah.
And they're definitely bringing in that new system, man.
Yep.
They're actually putting it out there, like the FDA and all that,
Yep.
or whoever it is. They're gonna put banking system. They're gonna make it digitalized, man. What you gonna say then, man? You gonna keep chatting shit and saying, "Oh, the mark's not this, and mark's sin, and all this." You gonna be running between your tail with your tail in your legs, man. You're gonna be running and hiding your congregation. They're gonna be all type of confused, don't know what to do. You know, and you're gonna have a lot of fucking damage control, man.
Yeah.
You better get right. You better get it right, man. Stop fucking around with this word, man, because you can plainly see what's happening before your eyes, man. Like, you don't. Steve Wonder can see what's going on right now, man. Everything's getting digitalized. Everything's changing, man, drastically as well.
Well,
Job wise, it all goes through. It's all planned because at the back end of last year and really throughout the entirety of last year, we had a lot of the tech jobs, right? Especially in America, those are really high earners. Then now you're seeing what's happening with all of the banks.
once again, that's affecting who? More high earners. And then what are they
Talking about a lot now? These AIs, Chat GPT, GPT-4, right? Which I was kind of, I ain't really played with them, but like it put tech people out of jobs. It put bankers out of jobs. It put so many different people out of jobs.
Yeah, because once again, let's say it cost them $1 million or £2 million to develop an AI, but if you can cut 1,000, 10,000 jobs and let the AI do it, and then so on and so forth, it more than pays for itself. So I wouldn't be surprised if a whole load of people start basically just being laid off in mass, because the thing is as well about these high earners is they have a high earners lifestyle. So they buy houses, they buy cars, they travel.
But then if they stop doing all of those things, or like when you say when Google and them saying they buy 10,000 people, right? That's 10,000 people who now have to find another way to pay their mortgage,
to pay for their lifestyle.
Exactly.
And at the same time, everything's going on as well.
Yep. Now,
cost of living's going up at the same time. You're fucked.
Yeah. So now imagine 3,000 of those people that Google acquired can't pay their mortgage, and then they got to sell their big yacht. And for the most part, people who have money live in similar areas.
So now you've got 3,000 properties that are now back on the market. So what does that do? Simple economics. Supply and demand. If there's a lot of supply
and very little demand, house prices go down.
Go down, and who's going to buy up the land, man?
Esau. Yeah. Oh, because that's another thing they were doing like last year or the year before. The banks started buying a whole load of property, actual property, which
they used to like own, like BlackRock wouldn't actually. They may own companies but they will actually start to buy houses. So what basically I'm trying to get into Esau is imploding the system.
It's a technical demolition. It's controlled demolition, man. It's like how they'll bring a building down with the bombs and all that, like they did in 9/11.
Yep.
The same thing they're doing with the banking industry. It's controlled, man. People acting like, it's just spontaneous and it just came out of nowhere. No. In the scriptures, Revelation 13 and 16, it says he causeth all. The word causeth in the Greek means to prepare you, man. He's preparing the people for a new way of living, man.
That's it.
That's why he's just controlled demolition of the whole industry, man. Yep. He's preparing you for a new way of living, of buying and selling. Digital currencies, all that BS, man. It's going to be even worse than the paperback system, because now you're just dealing with zeros on a computer screen.
Yep.
That's actually not
controlled
backed by anything, man. Controlled zeros, man.
Because I was the first when I was first looking into CBDC, I didn't really understand the difference between the CBDC and like regular money in it, because I was like, wait, ain't it all digital anyway? But then it's the key component of a CBDC is the fact that it's controllable.
Yeah.
So here it is. They can just expire your money after a month.
Yeah, after 30 days.
Yeah.
They've been saying that in China. If you don't spend your money, your currency, they'll take it away from you.
That's it.
And Esau can do that. Why? Because it came out of thin air anyway.
Yep.
So they can go back into thin air.
Yep. And then they can limit what you can buy.
What you can buy. You can't buy too many items or the same items.
Because you
get smart. Well, I've read the scriptures that real money, silver and gold. So you try to go on the bullion website, and it goes error.
You're not allowed
Yeah.
to make this purchase,
It's
man.
just like having a credit system.
Yep.
You ain't got good credit, you can't do
You
certain
can't do
things,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a whole system with this
Yeah.
credit,
Social
yeah,
credit score.
social credit score. That's what's going to be.
Yeah.
Only the rich are going to be able to access certain things.
That's it.
They're going to be able to hoard certain items and all that. But the average Joe, they're going to be limited to rations, man.
That's it.
That's what you're going to be able to buy for that week or that month.
Yeah.
If you try and buy more, you're going to get the error mark.
Yeah.
The siren's going to go off and tell you to get out of the store and all that kind of shit.
That's it.
All that kind of stuff. Down to the wire, man. People out here, you think everything's a joke. You don't see, man. It's motherfucking. We told you this shit was gonna happen.
So, as I Ezekiel 33, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
And it's beautiful because, the prophet's gonna be. Then you're gonna know. The prophet will bring money, man. It's beautiful, man. Because we've been trying to warn Jake for the longest, and now we're coming to see the fruits of the word coming to pass, man. Right before our eyes, man. So they're showing us that all the work that we've been putting in, all the hard work, all the dedication is paying off right now, man. The word of God stands the test of time. That's what we're saying.
And it's a beautiful thing. The Lord has had mercy on us.
Yeah,
See this because
there are certain people that I speak to in the world that are keeping a keen eye on what's happening with the banks, what's happening with Russia and China, and the allegiances being made, Russia-Ukraine situation. They can see that America is really the enemy in this situation, but they can't see that this is the end.
Yeah, they can't put it all
yeah,
together.
they can't put it all together, man.
The title can't put it all together because they haven't been given the eyesight to see exactly what's going on, to see the fact that there is a bigger picture at play.
Because then it comes to a thing of, for us, the Lord has given us,
the vision to see that actually there is better to come. We believe there's better to come.
That's how you know these people don't know. They don't learn from history either, man.
Yeah.
They don't research. They don't look at ancient kingdoms of old, why they fell apart, why they crumbled.
Yeah.
Like ancient Rome, the same shit happened in ancient Rome is happening now. The money was devalued. It was mixing metals. They couldn't pay their military. There was, distracting the people with amusement, bread and circuses. That's the same shit that's happening right now.
Yep.
The word in Romanian, when Latin languages, to say have fun, say I'll distract, right?
Which basically, have distraction.
Yeah,
That's
distraction.
legit, straight up what it is.
That's exactly what it is. Amusement means distraction, man.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening right now, man. This is Rome all over again. And Rome fell before, and it's about to fall again, man. And these people just can't see it because the Lord don't want you to see it. The majority of you, He wants to destroy you, man.
That's it.
Because you love Rome, man. You're in that do as thou Rome, in Rome do as thou wilt, and all that type spirit. In Rome do as thou Romans do. So the Lord wants to destroy a lot of these people out here, man. That's why he's not waking up a lot of Jakes.
Yeah.
He's only concerned with the elect.
These people are undercover centurions, if you will.
Yeah, what I mean by that, you've got that same matrix, those that ain't been unplugged.
Can become an agent, man.
You see how these people, as soon as you question certain about, and it doesn't matter whether they're Democrat or Republican, as soon as you question the system and you say something they don't like, right? They attack you.
Try the damnedest to defend it.
Yeah.
Even though they know it's wickedness going on. Like all the alphabet clubs out here, people know that shit is wicked.
Yeah.
You got your kids getting indulged in it and all that, getting taught by drag queens and all that. That shit is straight up wickedness, man. But you people are so fucking distorted in the mind.
Yeah, and men ain't men, man.
Yeah.
The reason I'll say, because it's mainly these
Women that will be, don't even think when they show them moms, it'll be mainly moms taking the children after these dads. But the thing is, the dads are okay then. That's
why they're there. That's why the
dad has to come up and like, yo, what the fuck are you
Do
doing?
it. That's the way when they come to pregnant, they come like women.
Yeah, but once again, like we saw earlier on, where the guy he paced up, man. He didn't want to deal with
He's
it.
behaving like a woman.
Yeah, exactly. His woman was the one that was in the back. Oh, what are these guys talking about? Intrigued.
Wanting to learn, still show you, turn things upside down.
role reversal, man. And it's getting worse.
Women
Man.
trafficking
You got men
compass,
trying
man.
to breastfeed kids and all that now.
Through.
It's crazy, man. Men think they can get pregnant. All this fucking debauchery, man.
Yeah.
That's why this place needs to be destroyed. There's pure
Yep.
confusion.
Yep.
And Esau ain't stopping there. He's out there splicing genes and doing all
Jeez,
kinds.
yeah.
He's just doing all kinds of shit. He's the mad scientist, man. On top of all the wickedness that's going on. So this place needs to go out, man. Ain't no other remedy for this place but destruction, man.
That's it.
People say above the ball in our prayers, man. Meaning to destroy America, man. Destroy Babylon the Great.
Yeah. Above the what?
Above the one.
Come
Destroy
here,
the Edomites, man. This place needs to go, man. We
That's
don't
it.
pray for this place to go on, man.
Yeah.
We're in slavery still, man.
That's it. That's it.
And our captors are running amok on the earth, man.
That's it. That's
They
it.
need to go into chains, man. They need to know what it's like to
Yeah.
be beaten and whipped and all that, man.
That's
To
it.
be stuck on cargo slave ships and for a journey and all that. They need to
Yeah.
go through all that, man. It's funny because I was thinking about Psalms 137, taking their little ones and dashing them against the stones, man. What happened to them little man? And they're gonna be getting dashed against the stones, man.
Surely, the scripture said, surely it is the righteous thing to recompense. Surely. So the Lord's like, yeah, man, I'm down with that.
Retribution, man. That's what you call a righteous recompense, man. Eye for an eye. You did it to us, and we damn sure gonna do it to you. That shows even more that you ain't the Lord's people, man. You ain't the chosen people of the Lord. Just like Apostle Olatal was going into, you only deal with Judah, the Jews and all that. Where's the other 11 tribes at, man?
Man, I was watching bit of people Elder Malcolm made a great point. Like these guys basically used the Syrians. Judah never went into the Syrian captivity.
Wow. But even little things like that, because obviously that's that's
Yeah,
obvious.
it's
but
true.
the Lord opened, and use
show
the
you that
elders,
there's-
to show us like, oh shit, yeah, that's
you're
real.
You're not the people of the Lord, man. You don't fit the character, man. You
That's
don't fit the description, man. It's a forced description. It's just like if you're police and you're looking for someone
That's
and you got in the description and you go and arrest the opposite type of person.
Yeah.
They'd be like, why are you arresting me? That's not the description you got. That's exactly what these devils have done, man. Identity theft, man. They've stolen another people's heritage and culture, amalgamated it onto themselves, and then trying to act the victim.
Yeah.
When you own every fucking damn thing, man.
The worst thing is you don't even like do it properly, man. It's
It's a shambles, man.
Because it's man,
Weak.
yeah. It's like you look at certain of these Amalekites and you're like, bro, you're trying to tell me that these guys were related to King David and his mighty.
Hell no.
You
Hell to
know?
the fuck no, man. Ain't no warrior spirit in no Edomites, man. Yeah, you're a man of the field and all that. You're a hunter and all that. Hunter and gatherer. But you ain't King David, man. You ain't those men, the mighty men of David and all that. You ain't got no bloodline, related to them, man. You're Esau Edom, man. You're the ones King David was killing, man. You're the ones King Amaziah flew off a cliff. 10,000 of you made you hit the rocks, man.
Can I say on what you just said there? You're the one King David enjoyed killing.
Enjoyed killing, man. You didn't hear him crying about, oh, I killed Esau in the scriptures and I'm full sad. He was happy that he was maiming you devils, man. He was conquering you, man. He was happy. We're going to do the same shit again.
So much so, which you can't build my house.
He was bloodthirsty for real. He was out there getting these devils down. He was impaling these devils for real.
That's it.
You had one of his mighty men with the spear, and I forget what people were fighting, but the spear went like, no, man. With one just like that, which goes to show the Lord was with Jake in those wars. Right?
The house of David, and he's with him again, man.
Yeah.
But the house of David is being revived right now before your eyes.
Right now, the Lord is, the Lord brought us slow, but this is what I've got here, right? Jeremiah 49 and 12, thus saith the Lord, behold, they judge not to drink the cup of a strong. But so here it is, before it's chosen, right? Scripture says that people with one side love, with the chosen.
Beloved goes into what? David's name, Dawayad, which means beloved, man. That's why the scripture says the beloved of the Lord. That's the house of David.
Yep.
We got brought down low, right? And how did the Lord do it? the nations primarily Edomites, man.
But even our king will go into slavery.
Yeah.
And he did under the Edomites, man. Our actual king, King David, went
Yeah.
into slavery, man. He was on them ships, man, and all that, man. That's how you know we're at the bottom. Because our king went into slavery with us, man.
That's it.
It weren't just a few of us. It was
That's
the
it.
whole nation.
Yeah. But it goes on to say, and art thou he that shall altogether go upon it? Thou shalt not go upon it, thou shalt surely drink of it. Right? So the fact that we went through, and we're the Lord's chosen.
Because the reason I pulled it up, because you was going into how these devils are going to go and they're going to go through.
The same thing that we went through. It's like, yeah, because how can we go? We're the Lord's chosen after the Lord's us. And hey, when you speak to a lot of these heathen nations, right, and you make them think about so-called black man, what they think? They'll think about rap. They'll think about
Gangsterism,
shit like that.
but they'll also think, yeah, these guys are the slaves, man.
Yeah, the
Right?
bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah,
The
that
bottom feeders of society.
that's it, because that's the image that Esau has reminded all of these heathen nations that these are the slaves.
Yeah, that's a generational stereotype, man.
You know?
That's why the other nations, they come here and they look at Jake. Like
Down
they say
on
that, yeah,
Jake,
they look
yeah.
at Jake like they're in a zoo.
Yeah,
They open up the corner stores in Jake's neighborhoods. They can't speak a lick of English,
that's it.
but Esau will give them funding and money to open up stores, open up businesses in Jake's neighborhood.
Yeah.
And treat them like shit in their own neighborhoods, man.
I like them, slightly out bitch, but then they'll look down on certain of them. You see,
Oh, they're racist hell, and I'm just there like, wait, there.
I'm better than you. You like you got.
Oh, was it Down syndrome, man?
Fucking, you're incest
You're
baby.
incest babies.
A lot
You
of them
didn't-
come from no pure line. You come
That's
from a
it.
line of ancestry, man. It's
That's
just
it.
wickedness. You're
Like-
basically a fucking a disabled child, basically.
Yeah. Like
Child
them-
with disabilities, man. Deformities. Like Esau Edom, he's a child with deformities, man. He came out deformed because he didn't have no melanin, so he came out deformed. Just like these Dukes and all that, the Moab and Ammon, you came out deformed. Your eyes was all snotted. And, it was that Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Or fucking supreme
That's
nation, man. Superior race. We're better than you, man, on
That's
all
it.
levels, man.
But they'll look down on what you call, they'll look
Down on it. Yeah, don't get me wrong, there's certain of them that will fuck with Jake, but those who, a lot of the time, the ones that themselves are
for it. Yeah. But like the straight up ones, man, they'll look down on Jake and this, that, and the other. But it's like, I'm just looking at them like, rah.
Yeah, the ones eating
You're-
cat and lizards and all that.
Exactly.
They want to
They
look
can't
down
even
on us.
walk properly.
They can't
Certain
walk
of them,
properly.
they do the,
Can't
the
talk
penguin.
properly, no,
Oh,
making all kinds of bird noises and shit. That's their language, man. Squeaking and all that. What kind of shit is that? Hebrew.
man.
We speak Hebrew, man. Even in the ancient world, Moab and Ammon were speaking Hebrew, obviously their father was a Hebrew. Like, you guys are the degenerate native, the degeneracy, man. Naturally, man. Like, not because you're dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, naturally because of the way you look, and the way you're the
and the law brought us but then again, the base Edomite looks down upon.
worst of the worst.
He's the worst of the worst.
He actually owns everything. He actually owns our papers.
He owns us.
He owns our lives, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get to stay in our captivity. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it just goes to show you the power. Look, we recorded it. So I'm just gonna grab
Things we're going to go from this low state back to the the top of the food chain, so to speak,
That's it.
where we're supposed to be back again once again. And this time we're gonna stay there. We ain't gonna come down again, man. We ain't gonna go off. We ain't gonna break the commandments. We're gonna be perfect, and we're gonna remain perfect in the eyes of Yahweh Shemel Shai. In our own homeland. We ain't even got our own homeland right now. Our motherland is being invaded by imposters right now. Stolen land, man.
set up. I'm gonna read them. Second Ezra 6 from 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. But
Always dealt with a chosen people, man. That's why he dealt with the line of the fathers, man. The patriarchy from Abraham, man. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Lord always dealt with a chosen line. That's why it's all about the bloodline, man. Righteous bloodline. You got Vocab Malone talking about all nations can be saved. No, because they don't come from that bloodline, man. He deals with bloodline. He deals with the fathers, the patriarchs, man, of a nation. And our nation starts from Abraham, man, of Shem, you know, one of the three sons of Noah. From that bloodline, count down, you got the, you know, the royal line, the bloodline. It goes from Abraham, Shem to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. That's the line, man.
That's it.
And he's 12 sons,
That's it.
12 patriarchs, man. Esau's not in that covenant, man. Edomites ain't got no parts of that. So when you see Greeks and Grecians and all of that in the scriptures, that's talking about Israelite foreigners, man, whether they know there was Israelites or not. Whether they lived in the land or there was living outside of the land and come to the land to visit 3 times in a year.
Yeah.
Those are Israelite foreigners. That's not talking about the other nations. The Lord didn't make no covenant with the heathen, man.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's funny because Jake in this light is doing the same thing, but then you still have our that can't see it. Obviously, but heathens like Bocan that just can't see it. Obviously, it's a wicked holiday, but you have like Jakes that what do you call it, married an Ammonite because they were, you know, stationed in Japan or something, and they live in Japan. But each Thanksgiving they'll fly home to go, you know, see their family in you know in Detroit or something like that, right? They'll still do that, but that's what Jake was doing in the ancient world, right? They would go because once again, you know, merchantry, right? You know, Jake would go on travels and this, that, and the other. Like you look at the Silk Road, for example, right? Which that was basically encompassing, like basically from the Eastern world, if you will, all the way through to the end of China, goes down to India. You know, kind of touches you know, where we were and everything. So in that merchant journeys, what would Jake be doing? Let's say Jake left his you know his parents. He went, look, man, I'm gonna go become a merchant, man. Right when he was out, you know, he saw a fine Elam Tim or something. He's like, rah, she looks good, right? Did what he had to do, right? But then what happens? He look, oh, cool, you know, my woman's there, right? I might as well just stay here. Whatever. Jake's been doing that. Make a family, and then when need came, right? Jake would then. Yeah.
2 sons. Like Lord, Jake's always been doing that.
People move around, man. You know, the wise men that came to Yahushua, those weren't no Edomites or heathens, man.
And his parents migrated to Egypt.
Exactly.
And then they came back after a few years, man. It's like, you know, Jake's always been migrating.
Because not saying that was the case, but if you imagine that same story, but let's say they had an older son, and then they more went down to Egypt. The older son, whilst they were in Egypt, may have stayed there, just as an example, right? May have stayed there, met himself a nice Egyptian thing, right? You know, Egyptian thing, but a nice little Mizraim, right? You know, met himself a good one and just been like, yo, I'm just gonna stay here, innit?
Yeah, and that's what Jake did. He had the Alexandrian Jews, Jake's Jews that came from Israel that lived in Egypt, man.
That's it.
They go back to the Greco Empire, the Greek Empire. They stayed in Alexandria, Egypt.
Same thing. Say, for instance, for myself, my parents brought me over here when I was young, and you know they kind of want me to go back and marry a Zimbabwean chick. But I'm like, I'm here, man. There are things here, innit?
More variety here,
you know.
Even though the West is fucked up.
Yep.
These women ain't really women no more. You got a lot more variety than, you know, what you got over there in the homeland. That's just Jake, man. Jake always migrated. That's why you got the word for scattering is diaspora, man. Which means to travel, man. Jakes that was scattered around the 4 winds. They can't try and put that. You know, that Esau. I mean, you know, Esau sends his little minions out there like vocab, trying to debunk the truth. But you can't, man, because we know history, man.
Hey, man, I would call there's one cat that I know, man. He married himself a bloody Japanese woman. Right now he's got a Japanese looking, obviously he's Jake and that, but he's, you know, you can tell that the child's kind of, you know, mixed, as they say in the world. But where they live, they living in Japan, right? But they're living out there. So let's say this kingdom was to continue. Who's that child gonna deal with? He's gonna deal with another so-called Japanese one, Ammonite, of course. And how's his child? How would his child look? It's obvious, man, but people make it difficult. The scripture says, you know, that he'll make them of a quick understanding, because it's not that deep.
Yeah, you know, that's why the
Ultimate.
scriptures, Lord said that Israel's like a speckled bird unto him, man.
Yep.
Israel's literally scattered around all these nations, looking at the other nations, man.
Yeah.
You can't really tell who is who, but you can tell by the spirit. That's it. That's why the Lord said, try the spirits, man.
And they certain of them, but it says a prince of the wheat, and it says let them grow together, and then you know,
Certain imposters out there fronting like they're Jakes, but really they're straight up heathens, man. Like your girl Lauren London, man. She's a straight up Amalekite, man. Jake, man, but you know she looks like a Jake.
Yeah.
So you just gotta be, you know, like the brother said, man. The wheat and the tares, you gotta let them grow together.
That's
And
it.
the angels, when the reapers come, they gonna distinguish who's who, man.
That's
You
it.
know, they gonna separate the sheep from the goats at the end of the day. But it's all about the elect, and the elect is literally scattered around the four winds, man. That's why the Lord said they're gonna be beamed up into the ship. The elect's gonna be beamed up. In Revelation 7 and 9, they said they were speaking all different tongues,
Yep. Yeah.
come from all different manners and nations, because Jake is scattered. That's just where it is.
Part of the curse.
It's part of the curses, man.
Deuteronomy 28:64. I'll scatter thee among all nations.
Exactly.
And all people.
one of the key components of that as well is the there shalt thou serve other gods, right? So when you're serving other gods, for example, they don't have laws against eating cat and dog
And in all of them places. So guess what? Those Jakes, or we might look at them.
eating all that thing, just being like, yo, that's nasty. But that's part of the curse, man. And in the kingdom, he's gonna be like, hey, remember you used to eat octopus? It's like, oh, man. That's it.
But that's even Acts the second chapter told you that, man. Acts the second chapter, but the sheep with our unclean foods and all that, man. You know, what Peter had the dream about. It was about Jake eating filthy food, like living as the heathen. That's what Jake was doing. He was living as the heathen, dressing like the heathen. You know, even that, you know, the brothers were going into the other day, going back to that, the Greco, the Greekish fashion, like in the coming to America, not coming to America. Yeah, coming to America, you see a king, he has the ponytail on the back of his head, right? That goes back to Greece. That was like a Greek part of the Greek fashion. He used to rock the ponytail, have that long ass hair. That's why the Lord said that it's not a custom for a man to have long hair, because that's effeminate. You're supposed to have long hair. All that long ponytail shit. Men ain't supposed to have long hair, man.
Yeah.
That's why he had that hair.
Yeah.
That shows you that Jake was under that Greek fashion, man.
Yeah.
They followed that custom, man. Even over there,
Yeah.
and took it to West Africa.
That's it. Oh, another thing as well is remember Jake.
60, 70, when Jake started doing like Jerry Curls, started wearing like, you know,
Certain of them.
And all that.
yeah,
You remember here where a lot of them just look fruity as hell.
Yeah.
What is it like? Kind of the way they would dress is fruity.
Tight levers and all that.
Yeah. Hispanic. Who's the guy that did?
You know, the father of rock and roll. Yeah, like Jake, you know, they follow the customs of the heathen, man. That's that westernized fashion. Jake was doing it back then. No, not Chuck Berry, but he's part of that. But the 70s, like his 50s era. Travis basically tried to yeah, man, Jake was always like, you know, following the ways of the heathen. That's what was one of them curses, though. That's part of them curses, man. Jake was a bit more rough during the 70s and all that as well, but that's when the truth came back up to the surface. That goes back into the 3.5 days when the Lord said that, you know, this word would be shut up basically for 3.5 days, which represents 350 years. We would have used the slavery at that time, 20 to 1970. You know, in the 70s, late 60s, 70s, that's when you had Albert Bivens, man. He came back on the scene. Man. That's when the truth started flourishing again. You know, everything's about prophecy, no matter what timeline it is, you know, chronological order, whatever you want to call it. Everything is bound around prophecy, man, because it's the word of the Lord. Everything in this life is based around the word of the Lord. Everything was created from the Lord, man.
Obadiah 1 and 4, though thou exalt thyself evil, though thou set thy nest among the stars, that was around 1969, right, then will I bring thee down, saith out, right, so that is supposed to into terms of prophecy. That 1970s era was huge, right, you know, just before and just after. When you look at all of the things that started happening at that time, for instance, you had 1964 with the sexual liberation, right, soon after that, 1972 Roe v. Wade, around about 1970s, early 1970s, had Stonewall, right, and you know the movement forward of alphabet rights and all of that sort of stuff, right, and you had basically a whole load of things that started happening that was the start of bringing about the downfall of the American system. Even one of the things that happened in that 1970s, I believe, that was like the first time an American president went over to China to set up bills. Right, and then from that, basically, China has now become the powerhouse that it is. China really is only like 50 years old. Like not, it's old.
Oh, Jimi Hendrix, can't.
I was saying, yeah, China, in terms of its power and might, you're really only talking about 50 years, right? Which is goes to show you there are those that, you know, get given, you know, the green light to be able to do and build with this mantle. Right, and then those that are meant to stay aside. Because when you talk about poverty, just in the 2000s, right, you basically, I remember hearing the story how you have like doctors that couldn't afford a tub of Ben & Jerry's, Chinese doctors, because China was poor. But now most of the billionaires
Coming out of China. Everything's made in China now.
Yeah.
You know, everything's made. You want anything made? It's made in China.
Yep, Alibaba,
Just check the labels,
AliExpress.
man.
Yep.
hey, American flags are made in China, man.
That's why they're getting proud, but their shit's gonna be short-lived as well, man.
Yeah.
No matter how many business ventures and who joins who, at the end of the day, after this World War III is declared, none of those nations are going to stand. The only nation that's going to stand is the people of Israel. They're all going to go into slavery, man.
Allows me to segue back into I was going to go into in 2 Ezra 6, 55 now, right? It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Right, so Lord, the world was made for our sakes. It was made for us. It weren't made for the heathens.
Made for the chosen.
Made for the chosen. But the Lord has been merciful, right? The Lord has been merciful in that He's allowed these different heathens a time, you know, to seek, you know,
Time and chance.
you know, time and chance.
You know, to basically say, oh well, no, you had your chance, but okay, you have your role for that. But hey,
Yeah,
even we had our chance.
Yeah, we
we fucked it up. So the Lord was like, oh, not yet. You
Because it's like, no, you got promise, but
not quite right, but that's
not yet.
but that's all part of the second covenant, right?
Exactly.
That you know the changing of our hearts to be
Yeah,
hearts.
because if we had started ruling from the time of King David and King Solomon, then Yahweh Shai, we wouldn't have seen Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai wouldn't have came down and, you know, done what he had to do.
That's it.
That's why the kingdom had to be taken away from us, man. Because Yahweh Shai had to come on the scene, man. And he's the ultimate savior anyway, man.
I was saying it a few years, but I remember Akim even mentioning, like, even when you look at the Vikings and them, that was Jake's. And what were we doing? Nothing but wickedness.
Yeah, bare wickedness, man.
Bare wickedness.
That's what it was, you know, they called the Vikings raiders.
Yeah.
It was called the Viking raiders and all that. It was going around raiding Europe, raiding their own people's lands and all that. Brothers, cousins and all that, taking over the land. You had the Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah.
You know, like even Great Britain was under the Vikings and ruled for a certain amount of time. That's why you had the, you know, the seasons of all those Viking programs and all that, you know, the different
Athelstan.
All the lions, all the
Wessex and that.
Yeah, Wessex and all that was king of Wessex and all that. And then you know had William the Conqueror and all that take over Britain. Great Britain at a certain amount of time. You had the Anglo-Saxons fighting against the Vikings. Back and forth. Yeah, man. That was Jake's. This was wicked ass niggas.
Yeah.
That was basically ancient or dark ages, black on black, so-called black on black crime. Or Israelite on Israelite crime, man. You know, that's what that was, man. Then you got a type of Game of the Thrones type, theatrics and all that. That's what that was, man. But that was just wicked ass Jakes. That goes back to 96 AD. From that time when Jake started ruling after the fall of the first Roman Empire, it became the Holy Roman Empire. Constantinople became the capital, you know, and Jake was ruling for that whole period of time from 96 AD all the way to like 1400s or whatever, mid 1400s, and even after that, because you still had King James and all that in the 1600s, Queen Elizabeth and all that, you know, that line that came through later on. So Jake was still ruling, but they lost their power structure. So it wasn't ruling as much as they was during before the mid 1400s, before the Black Death, basically. Black Death wiped out because of our people.
I was saying I've always kind of found it funny. You had the Dark Ages, all of that.
Yeah, but you might go around like to say that was their history. They wasn't ruling in Westminster, like William the Conqueror and all that. They were all black people, man. That's why you go to all these damn pubs. They always name all these different pubs, black this and black that. You know, even Conor McGregor's pub is called Black something. You know, why did he do that? Because his line goes back to the real Jakes that was ruling in Europe, man. The Israelites was ruling in Europe. Weren't no so-called white people, man.
Yeah.
The Vikings, the Anglo-Saxons, they go back to the angelic sons of Isaac, man.
Yeah.
The Vikings, even one of the Viking words, Gaelic words, dub, which they call Dublin and all that. That word Dublin means black. Dublin means black land.
As well.
Scot means black.
Yeah.
Irish means irate man. It was Jakes that was ruling in Europe. There weren't no so-called white. All this St. Paddy's Day, St. Patrick's Day, they're celebrating black people, not even knowing that it was black people that was ruling.
And then also, you got the ancient name of Ireland,
Hibernia,
which goes back to
the Hebrew.
Exactly.
Ibar. From the past, man. When you check out history and you do the actual research, the due diligence, man, that's why the Lord says study to show thyself approved. Find out these devils are basically whitewashed history, man. That's why in the Renaissance they went around whitewashing all the images, man.
But that's why, although, and it's ironic because they're the ones that do it all the time, but that's why book burning is seen as a war crime, as in like destroying history. It's seen as a war crime. But here it is, they're the ones that do it.
They're the ones that
all
do
the time, right?
Hitler was burning books and all that.
Exactly, because those books contain records, man. And what's one of the things you want your enemy to do is to think that they don't amount to shit.
Yeah, because let's be real, right? If Jake in the captivities constantly had these reminders all over of like, yo, yeah, we did that. Oh yeah, should we build that? Oh yeah, we built this thing. Or we were able to do this. Then when you're being told, boy, just do it by some weakness, you'll be like, nah, bro.
After a while, you break free.
Yeah, your mind is going to be looking at that like, now I'm bigger than
warrior,
I'm better than. Just like how when the Lord opens you up to this truth.
Higher self-esteem.
Exactly.
That low self-esteem just disappears, man.
We go from like, oh, I can't do it, which there's certain things that the Lord gives gifts different arcing, of course. Not saying we all can do everything, but then that mind state of just like not even trying to we lose that, right? We start being like, you know what? Let me try and get into it. And if the Lord opens my eyes, I can do it, right?
We're the greatest people on the earth, man. I thought these people are gonna come to find out all these, like the basically best time in history, all these different wars that have been fought, the greatest warriors on the earth and all that. Basically, just go back to Israelites. That's what the world's gonna come to find out. Like Israel was mainly the war ones ruling on the earth, creating all these kingdoms and doing all these Mansa Musa, all these different kingdoms, great kingdoms on the earth. It was Jakes, man. The Moors, all that was Jakes. Weren't no fucking crackers, man. Esau is not the height of rulership, man. Esau is no one, man.
This is the worst kingdom that is. It just so happens that it has cars and mobile phones. That's why people think it's so amazing. But it's the worst kingdom.
It's not developed technology, but it's morally wise, it's just totally decayed, man.
I don't know if you saw there was that geezer that just walked past you, walking around with a painted nail polish, man. So
that's
what the hell?
Trend. Bunch of freaks and nuts, man. That's why the Lord gonna destroy these devils, man.
What is a man?
You lose your job if you try to distinguish that nowadays. write certain tweets or you can't even write certain messages no more, tweets or whatever, because people will take that as that's a sign of a hate crime.
Yeah, you can't even let me
discrimination and all that. How you gonna be a discriminator against a fucking flamer, man? And that's a walking abomination or some transformer, man. How can you discriminate against something that's supposed to be dead? All about food, man.
Tolerant, don't tolerate being intolerant.
Yeah, but if a man says he wants to be a man, you can't say that. But if a man says he wants to be a woman, that's all it is. It don't make no fucking sense. If a man says anything that is toxic, but anything that's debauchery and kind of wickedness, that's permitted.
True. Real quick, Isaiah 19:14. Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah, and that's why this place needs to be destroyed, man, because the leaders are erring in leadership, man. They don't know how to rule righteously, man. They set up the kind of different bylaws and all that there. Basically encourage and promote. Further the wickedness and basically protect them when they're supposed to be under the ground somewhere, man. Their blood's supposed to be upon them, man. But that just shows you, man. Even Tel Aviv now, they're saying that's the biggest gay capital on the face of the earth. Tel Aviv, man.
That's
supposed to be the Lord's pleasant land, man. Part of it. Now that's not the biggest gay capital on the face of the earth. You think the Lord's pleased with that, man? That's why the Lord's so fucking destroy this place, man.
There's a nuclear weapon aimed at
the Iron Dome, man. The Iron Dome in
that
Israel.
ain't gonna do shit.
That shit ain't gonna do nothing, man. That's gonna get blown up. And all them Amalekites are gonna get blown up in that land, man.
Because that's one of the things about
Cataracts, man.
that's one of the things about all of these different air defense systems that are in the West. They've actually never been tested in combat, right? But then when you start looking at like hypersonic missiles that that Russia and China possess, the air defense systems can't stop them. They can't see it. Yeah,
satellites,
it
man. Before it's too late.
Yeah. You know them ones when you might see a comet, you just walk and you see something fly across the sky. That's what the nukes are gonna be, man.
Yeah. Stop them, man. Even if you wanted to, you can't stop them. The Lord's not gonna let you go stop them anyway. That's why the power of the Lord in them missiles, when they get shot off, they're gonna hit their intended targets, man. Israel, that whole land's gotta get wiped out and cleansed. That fire gotta cleanse that whole land of that filth. Those rodents that are over there right now, those gutter rats that are over there. That whole land's got to be cleansed, man, before we get back over there, man. And America, that place, this is set for destruction. That place is done for, man. America's going to be a set example of the fury of the Lord, man. And we're for it, man. You can't wait, man. We're celebrating, like, waiting for the day that the nukes go flying. Every other day, articles coming out, China threatening this and threatening that, Russia threatening and all this, like, those nukes are going to fly very soon, man, sooner than we think. Everything's moving fast right now, man.
Let me grab that. I had that.
Everything's being fast tracked, man. You see the MOT for the beat is being fast tracked like hell, crazy right now. Ain't going to be no 2045 and 2030 and all that bullshit, man. That shit's not going to happen.
That's
Shit's happening now.
Yeah, but guess what? Because them two other people, they were some proud ass,
man. There's some flamers. I saw them, man.
Oh, there was it two dudes.
Two dudes that came there.
Oh shit!
One with cream jackets.
No, I was in the one that was in this car here.
I thought it was a two dudes.
Oh no, it was a woman. It was a woman. But they were proud as hell, man.
Yeah, let them be
and
proud,
and the Lord is coming to. That's one of the things that the Lord hates. Lord is coming to correct that.
The Lord said He hates a proud look, right?
That proud look. I look back and they had that stout look. How dare you?
Keep doing that, man. You keep doing that. Hey, the Lord sees you. You already been marked for death. You're eating my enemies. You was dead from the day you was born. Shalom, man. You was dead from the day you was born, really, man. Sorry, I have a question. Go ahead, man. Reading the Bible, man. 12 tribes of Israel, man. You know about the Hebrew Israelites? Right, man. You're an Israelite as well, man. Where you from? West Africa, like Nigeria, Ghana. Yeah, well, people came from West Africa to Jamaica. Same people, that's what I said. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, well, our people, like, usually, like, West Africa, they come from, like, yeah, YouTube, right? Streaming on the YouTube. So, yeah, we come here week in, week out. Come here, here every Saturday, man. Conversating about the Bible, man, the truth. who the Israelites are. You know, you've got people in the land of Israel right today, they call themselves Jews, Jewish, but they ain't really inherited that land. Man. They don't really hold the customs or the prophecies of those people that have. But we do.
I'll give you a prophecy.
It tells you in Deuteronomy 28. One prophecy about
I was gonna get 68. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Yeah, now like the word for Egypt means the place of bondage. Yes. Because as you know, the Israelites was delivered from Egypt. But the Lord said, I'm going to bring you to Egypt again with ships. But when you look on a global map, it doesn't take travel into Israel, into Egypt. And the Bible, we follow the laws. No, the Bible is for a specific nation of people, known as the Hebrew Israelites. That's what the Bible is written for. You know, that's who the prophets of the nation came out.
Religious standpoint, you're looking at it more from we are kindred people.
It's about lineage, the father line. You know, the
Kindred,
the kindred. You know, it's about the father's line. And the father started from one man named Jacob.
What about the Gentiles or whatever?
Well, that's where it gets a bit iffy because you got to look up words. In the Bible, you've got the word Gentile, which means ethnic people, or Gentilis, which means foreign. But then you got the words like Greek. Basically, what I understand is us as Israelites, we used to basically fight. We under different kingdoms, different slaveries from the Greek Empire, starting from Alexander the Greek and Antiochus Epiphanes, right? We was under that. They called it the Hellening. That's where you get the Greek term from. Because basically the word Greek, when you look it up in the Greek, it means Hellening, means Israelites that follow the Greek customs. Like you got today, like you came from West Africa, right? But, yeah, your family's over there, but if we're in London right now, so you would be called Westernized. Yeah. Back then, you would call it Hellenized. Right. If you was to go back to your homeland today, they'll say, "Oh, you're a foreigner." Yeah. They want to look at you. They look at you like, "Yeah, you're different." Yes, that's the same thing was going on in the ancient world. There are people that was living amongst other nations. Yeah, we're in that time now. Huh? We're in that time right now, bro. What's there for the others where you can get in Revelations 13:9?
Yeah.
Basically, the other nations, they got to go into captivity under us. Because these other nations, the so-called white people, the Chinese, one time or another in history, their captivity. That's what has to happen. It's the eye for an eye. That's what the Lord says. What we're saying, basically what the Lord, because the kingdom of heaven is for the kingdom of the nation of Israel. Yeah. The children of Israel to rule over, and they're going to be our servants. They're going to build our kingdom. Yeah. We can't build our own kingdom. We built this kingdom, man. Yeah. For 400, 500 years, we've been in slavery. We're still in captivity to this day. Yeah. So that's why you're talking about the second coming. That's why the Lord's coming back to save his people. Yeah. His people. Remember, that's an interesting interpretation. I've never heard of it.
We'll grab it for you.
He's the savior of the nation of Israel. We're going to get it.
Because obviously, when you're reading anything, you can take different levels of understanding. Yeah. I've never had it that pronounced.
Yeah.
Nubian people, then.
That's the position. Like you got Christianity and all that, but they're pushing prosperity doctrine and everyone can save everyone. Even like, you know, look at the whole drag thing going on right now. They got madness going on. Guys starting from the Roman Catholic Church. And it trickles on down, man. These denominations. Go ahead.
So,
Did you hear recently the Church of England said that God could be transgender? There's a pronoun. The Heavenly Father and His Son, the way it's supposed to.
which is why I'm sure each time it comes on, you're like, what did they teach you, son? Because
I mean, even like where, like,
the school system F right now. Don't love us, bro. That's what our people don't seem to realize. You see what happened with the vaccines and all of that. That was a public demonstration of how the wicked elite, the ones that are on top of the society, they're trying to depopulate people, man. They don't care, man. They're trying to kill people, man. They don't care about our people. They never have. These are the same people that had us in chattel slavery, was whipping our backs and separating us from our kids. A lot of people have been here for too long. That's what it is. They've forgotten that these people are actually our natural born enemies.
Yeah.
Man. We have
They
enemies.
haven't. They haven't forgotten.
It's natural. It's normal to have enemies, man. Not like you're gonna, go around killing everyone, but everyone has enemies, man. Everyone ain't your friend. You know what I'm saying? These people are so quiet. They never wanted to be our friend. Show us by the police brutality. When they see you in the street, they just stop you and search you. They show you that they don't care for our people, man. The food that they give us, the way the school system, what they're teaching our kids, what they want them to, learn and all that. They don't care about our people, man.
Yeah.
We have to be for our people.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Because I'm gonna grab two for you.
Yeah. We keep it PG.
It's conscious, though,
Okay.
man.
Yeah. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Man.
I saw you the other day doing my little
Yeah.
training.
Okay.
I see them again.
Yeah.
I must stop by and say,
No, that's the
say
spirit,
something.
though.
Yeah.
Actually, just drop to Jeremiah 5 real quick. Where you come past. This ain't a thing of just being carnal.
Jeremiah 5:1. Run ye to and fro through the streets of
Jerusalem is a people before it's a place.
Yep. And see now and know and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man,
Yeah.
if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth.
Fire in the mind, week in, week out. Who those brothers are, man? 37 shows you. The Lord's trying to wake you up. That's what it is. The Lord's trying to send you a signal that, look, man, this is your people.
Yeah.
Well, even differently, even if I see brothers anyway, that's the way it's fair,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna get.
You know why I'm telling you this? Bro. That's why this happening, because you see what's happening with the banking industry and stuff like that. Everything's crashing right now.
Yeah.
Earthquakes in diverse places. People getting seditious protesting, rioting. We're in a time of some serious judgment, bro. So the Lord's waking up our people that in the 11th hour, it talks about Israelites that wake up in the 11th hour. Not necessarily like we've been years in, like we've been in this field for like, young men in this field. We're still what's the word? But we're in the time where the clock is ticking, man. When the Lord, you talk about the second coming. When the Lord comes, basically that's going to be the time when the whole digital system that's changing right now with the banking. They're going to produce a mark. They're going to take a mark on the right hand on their forehead. Don't take that. It's going to be a bad situation. But that's the time they're coming into, man. And that's the World War III. Yeah. See,
Real quick, so you know the Lord is a so-called black man. According to the scripture. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know a little something.
something.
Yeah. As we said, we're here.
We're here, and we know his son. We could keep it PG.
Sabbath and so on.
Sabbath,
Into all of that.
new moon and all that. Yeah, man. We're here every Saturday, bro. Take care, though.
Blessings,
Yeah.
yeah.
Love, yeah. Love,
Bless.
yeah. Let's get back into it, man. But that's it. That's why the Lord made him inquire, man.
That's it.
Because he's trying to. We're here to wake up our people. More importantly, we're here to gather the elect. Not necessarily any Israelite that comes past, because you're gonna have a lot of Jakes that come to inquire, but maybe the truth's not really for them.
That's it.
But you're gonna have Jakes that's gonna come in them even in the 11th hour,
Yeah.
and they're gonna come inquiring, and the Lord's gonna open their mind and pardon it, like we read in Jeremiah 5. The Lord gonna, if the Spirit's dwelling with him, the Lord gonna open up his mind to who the Lord is and who his true people are, and he gonna delve in.
Yeah. Because he weren't straight scoffing, because he was
no.
inquisitive. Yeah.
He
Because
doesn't know.
I was gonna say as well, like that kind of we see that kind of Benjamin all the time. He did it up, no sir.
Jake proud. Jake get proud.
The
scriptures say that Jake's stubborn, man.
That's it.
The stiff-hearted is stubborn. It takes a lot for to get into to persuade Jake, really.
Yep.
But if the Lord's dealing with you, the Lord's dealing, he will open up your mind anyway. No matter what, even later on, you might come back to his mind and think about certain things, and come back here again and ask more questions and be more inquisitive.
Yeah. That's
what it's about, man. Inquiring of this truth.
Yeah.
But as I tried to express to him, time is getting short. This is why the Lord's cutting, thinning the herd right now.
Yeah.
It's only the elect's gonna wake up. when all hell breaks loose, the doors of mercy are going to be closed, man. That's just basically what I was trying to tell him. The Lord's having mercy upon you right now to let you hear this word and understand that you come from the 12 tribes of Israel. You're not African, man. You're not Jamaican. You're from the tribe of Benjamin, like brothers in the camp. You know? So you need to wake up to that fact and come back, repent, basically, turn back to the Lord. If you don't, it's going to be, we're going to see you in the kingdom. That's what it's going to be. The Lord's spinning the herd right now, man. The Lord's getting ready to do away with this whole place. And anyone that's down with it.
Yeah. John 10:27, just on just real quick. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. So if
word, you're going to come back to his recollection, and you're going to, you know, you're going to inquire more and try and study and get this truth, man, before it's too late.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like certainly something that say it's just like when we come out here, he was with his son, but the best thing he can do for his son, which ultimately that's any best thing he can do for his son is to get this word, right, and get that, you know, and I pray that the Lord has, you know, mercy over him and his house.
Grab this in Acts, open up your spiritual mind, and you know, try and get this truth, man, because you know, time is short, man.
Yeah. This is Acts 16:30, right? It says, and brought them out and said, Sirs, what must I do to be saved? And they said, believe on the Lord, thou shalt be saved, and thy house.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is they don't believe. They believe in the Esau, they believe in his system. They don't believe in the Lord because they can't see it. That's why the Lord said, you know, blessed are they that which have not seen, man. Their eyes are open, man. The Lord's going to bless those men. Because they full-heartedly just following the Lord based upon faith. That's the thing that a lot of Jake, like I can see on that guy, his faith is really quite low. He ain't really got a high level of faith. Maybe he's got faith in other things, but not in this truth necessarily, because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
He's like a newborn baby, man. He's fresh, man. He doesn't know this truth.
Yeah.
You know, he's just been awakened. So, you know, the Lord has mercy upon him. You know, he said he knew the color of the Lord and all that. You know, the Lord can still raise him up. But at the end of the day, we're only here for the elect, man. That's what we're here for, man. We're out here to save all Israel and all of that. You know, we wish we could, but that's not the prophecy, man. Even Paul said that he wished he could. Romans 10. You know, he thought that he could, you know, get all Israel, but that's not what the Lord did. He's only did. That's it, man. We only, you know, we're just, you know, playing our part. At the end of the day. You know, we're sticking to the program, man. Unlike certain other guys out there, we're sticking to the program, man. The Lord told us to go out there and compel Israel to come in. Teach them this truth. Eat the whole roll. Go out and teach Israel, man. That's what we're doing. He was a fellow Israelite. Now his thing was, like the most of our people, what about the other nations? What about the Gentiles? But they don't understand what the language is, man. The word Gentiles talking about Israelite foreigners, not talking about the other nations.
What I know he goes to work
Yeah, but he's got that he's got that Stockholm syndrome type spirit, because he's concerned about the other nations being saved. These other nations, when I was telling him, these other nations don't love you. I gave him certain examples, slavery, you know, work, whatever it is, industries and all that, you know, germ warfare, biological warfare and all that. Showing you that these devils don't care for our people. He used to arrest us, you know, like harassments and all these different things. It's showing you that these people don't, but he doesn't. It didn't recollect to him. It didn't click in his mind until we actually said that to him, man. Jake is as a lion's whelp. Couched down like a lion, man. Jake is in sleep mode right now. Under that sleep paralysis. You know, they've been in the West with people. No? But you know, as we said, man, the elect are gonna get it either way. There's a beautiful thing when Jake wakes up, man. Even the angels rejoice. The scriptures say, man. So you know, it's a beautiful thing if he wakes up, comes out of that, you know, sleep paralysis. Well, that's another soldier out there for the Lord.
It's funny because it's like, even like you mentioned, I've seen him and I've kind of been like,
niggas.
I remember him once or
Yeah.
twice.
You know,
Running
now,
past.
now I can't. I'm not gonna say, you know, what the word I would have said normally, but yeah, I'd see him running past. Like, is Jake ever gonna stop?
They always kind of, because they're tough, especially in an area like that,
You know, to see another Jake doing something, but you know, what's going on? What's up? Worrying, you know.
It's Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blind. Huh? You know, and ultimately, you know, the elect are going to click for the elect, right? But then, what do you call it? The rest of them blind. That's why, to be fair, you know, he was kind of northern. He weren't really.
He wasn't all the way there, but he wasn't like argumentative as well, which
No, he
you know,
was scorning and scoffing.
scorning. Yeah,
That's the
that was the main.
thing.
Yeah,
More open to hear.
yeah.
Listen. Why is what he was doing?
Exactly.
Then
Because
he'd been doing the opposite. 'Cause then it
Exactly.
would have got bad for him.
Yeah.
You know?
Raw talk, right? And that's it, man. Because you know, ultimately, Jake is looking for answers.
Whether, you know, this thing get Jake something involved, you know, they can feel something ain't right, but they go at it. It is what it is.
Matrix, man. He knew something was wrong, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
So he got woken up.
Yeah. Oh, it's like that was what.
We're speaking about certain things like jab, you know, yeah, you get middle like Jakes that live that middle class life. They all took, they all took Jakes that what they did. The same thing with like in the time of the Mac one, where since we left off the heathen started going straight.
Catching hell. But that's them Jakes that were doing good. Just like how now all of the Jakes that I know that took the thing, those are Jakes that are doing good. As in like
the
yeah,
Jakes that settled on their lease.
settled in their leaves. That they're happy in this world. You
Yes.
tell them this world is going to get done.
Right? In fact, they're hating on Russia, but then point out American England, oh, that's not the same thing here, but because they got that stockpile.
Yeah. As a Jake, you should be.
We should be all like what both of them nations are doing with, huh? Because they Edomites, both of them, huh? Fuck some Russian, fuck some American, fuck some Britain along with it, huh? All Esau, the whole Edomites. They have no
Be divided against himself, his kingdom shall not stand. So we ain't trying to be in allegiance with the devil. Let them all go down, man. You know, we're happy to hear Russia's fighting against this one and that one because they're all Edomites anyway. They're supposed to destroy each other. Destroy each other. You know? They're trying to save the devil. It don't make no sense.
Yeah. You don't want to be saved, man.
If it was us, he wouldn't come to our defense.
Nah.
We'll let them destroy themselves. Huh?
No. Oh, in fact, they did more.
says this is Psalms 83rd chapter. Says Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate have lifted up the head. Said that. We'll have that.
Natural born enemies. That's how the Lord made it. That's why the Lord gave us our land and separated us from the other nations because we're not all supposed to come together. Esau's trying to do a new world order, bring all the nations as one. Well, the Lord made us to be separate, man.
That's it.
He doesn't want us to be all together, man.
Yeah. And ultimately when we
start observing these devils and these heathens, we don't want to be around. You don't want to be around. No, because they'll seduce. That's what the scripture says. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. The way of the wicked seduce. That's what it is. That's why.
The reason why the Lord don't want us to be all together with these other nations, because if we are, we're all going to start worshiping their gods, man.
start doing what they do.
We're going to distance ourselves from the Lord again.
Yeah. So I would say once again, you know, with these kind of middle class Jakes, you know, work of
right? And then my thing at work, they know Luke eats meat well done. But that's the thing. They laugh and joke about it, but they know that's my base. But then it was a nice period. I think the life thing is feature bread. Sounds like man, fuck the media.
You know, that's the Genesis 3 type thing.
yeah, but that's the way of the wicked
Generation
seduce
Z,
them,
yeah.
right? Because for instance, that is
I've got more in I've got more in Psalms 83. Jeremiah 2:33, right? It says, "Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?" Right, and that's it. Our trimming their way, man. Right,
Trying to fit in, but trying to fit into.
things that are straight up wicked. Like when Jake's down, when Jake's make it, what they do, lobster.
They always calling it test, exploring their palate. Or,
You should try these.
trying new things. Those things you're not supposed to be eating, man.
That's it.
Those things that the heathen eat, those are abominations
Yeah.
to the Lord. That's unclean.
Yep.
You ain't supposed to be eating that shit. Clams,
mussels.
all that shit, man. And you pay all kinds of money for it as well. Wasting money on unclean foods.
That's it.
When you can just have chicken, man. What's wrong with
Real
eating chicken?
talk.
You can have all kinds of different
Yeah.
types of chicken. Lemon herb chicken,
Mm-mm-mm.
peri chicken. Like, what's wrong with chicken? Start going with that. What the hell is that going to do for your life? It's going to give you a stomach problem, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what French they used to call gout king's disease, man.
Yeah, King's disease. They're eating all kinds of abominations, man.
You know.
They weren't just eating chicken and lamb, they was eating everything, man.
Everything.
Yeah, over excessive as well. They always show you the King's
Yeah.
feast. There'll just be a plate of big ass turkey with everywhere. You can't eat all that shit, man, all that one day, man.
Oh, in Rome they used to have
That was
Eating so much, making yourself.
yeah, man. But that's
they do that today in the fucking model industry.
yeah.
Man. Sick people, man. That shit will destroy you as well,
Yeah.
man.
But that's ultimately everything in East Kingdom will destroy you. The Prince always mentioned it, that Biggie lyric. You know, I used to,
Have sardines for dinner.
Yeah,
It's
that
like, bro,
was
that was lawful, man.
That's why he got fat or even more fat, man. He knows abomination.
Exactly, man.
That's why he got even more obese, man.
plugging up your heart. And ultimately, that's not a demon.
Swine and all that.
Have
You
you,
start acting like a damn swine.
have you heard like Edomites talk about bacon, man? Oh, it has to have the bacon.
Yeah, bangers
the
and mash and all
bacon
that.
bangers and mash, or eel pie and all of that
That's why
sort
they,
of stuff.
that's why they're lunatics, man.
Yeah.
Their brains ain't all the way there. They
That's
they
it.
act erratic and they're all emotional. There's all that food that they're consuming, especially them abominable foods.
Yeah,
Like you notice if you eat clean foods and all that, certain foods are even good for your mental.
mind. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because that's the worst thing, especially in a place like America. Not only are they eating abominations, they're eating abominations that are GMO'd with added chemicals on
And
top.
preservatives, yeah.
And all of that. Let me
Yeah,
grab
yeah.
this real quick. So we've
Foul,
got more
man.
in
This is 4 and 13. It says that the Lord has said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, but I will drive.
Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, it says, yeah, so the Lord Jehovah, he was like, look, man, he basically made Ezekiel
Do that, get that test. This one is the eating, the basically shit, isn't it?
How's done?
cow's dung.
Because but that was to represent the fact that we would be eating abominable
Foul food right in this kingdom, man.
Yep.
Right? Whether it's because here it is, you do your best, right, and like eat good, healthy food, but then Esau will put splice some ill genes in there or something like that,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. You don't never know what's in the food.
Never know what's in the food.
Even if it says organic, man, you never
Yeah.
know because it comes from Esau's
Yeah.
factories, man.
Well,
Esau's the devil, man. You can't trust this damn devil.
Exactly. And the whole thing about that labeling is a lot of the times it's BS.
Yeah, all that FDA approved shit and all
Yeah, a lot of the time that them
Monsanto shit.
them certifications and all that. Like, for instance, on fish in the UK, you've got like the wildlife symbol, like where it's got like some dolphins or some shit on the symbol.
So it's a stamp of approval.
Stamp of approval. So you'll be going out there, and then I was a fool back in. I look back and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have these ones. This is gonna be a better quality of.
But then it turns out you don't even really want to get into the bean anymore.
Subway, you got tuna and all that. But
Yeah,
the tuna that they got there, it's not even real tuna. It's all cardboard or whatever the fuck
That's
they got
it,
over there,
man.
man. This is dangerous.
Soil
out
and green.
here. Yeah. Dangerous out here. You gotta be careful, man.
But that's part of that crafty council to
One destroys people, but primarily the children of Israel.
right, because the elites don't eat this crap.
No. But the
Right.
only difference is for us, men of the Lord, protect yourself.
That's it.
So if you shall touch any deadly thing, shall not harm you.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the only protection that we got. Is the Lord said anything that touches us that kind of poisonous or whatever, not going to destroy us. But the average person out there, they're going to get all kinds of cancer and all these different things. Especially if you're eating the things that the Lord said not to eat. You're adding fuel to the fire, man.
Yeah.
You're looking for your brain tumor and all these things, man.
Yeah.
You're looking for cancer and all that, man. You're eating all these abominations, and it's the women. Majority of the time, they love eating all these banquets.
Once again, to them, that in Esau's made that into a status symbol.
But then when you look in history,
Basically,
and it would goes to show that it was Jake that was, ruling in certain places. Because when you look in history, those abominable foods were basically the cheap. You basically was things that you weren't eating.
Rodents, man.
And the what do you call it? The elites would have the clean fish, as in fish terms. Or the elites had the clean fish, but then the lower class would be the ones who eat the scraps, i.e. the bottom feeders, your crabs or whatever, what have you, right? But then at some point, Esau did what he did. He flipped it upside down. So once again, sardines are looked down upon, right? Oh, you're eating sardines.
Anchovies.
but then fucking crab and mussel and lobster, those are things that people eat.
Oh, man.
Man, that stuff stinks, man. It comes out in your pores and shit like that, man.
And you notice how all these industry niggas, they always eat that bullshit. Man.
Yeah.
And that's like it's real food. That shit ain't real food.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a hammer to get into it, man. Probably shouldn't be eating it.
That shit's telling you, look, man, I'm not supposed to be eating. You have to damn near break the table, open up a shell just to get a little piece of so-called meat for the fucking shell, man.
I remember taking my nana dinner here. I'm eating mommy. And she was like, "Oh, eat bad. You know what women get, whatever the fuck they want to get." We started buying the shrimp, and then I had to protect my food, man, for all of that.
Flashes.
Protecting my food. Yo, I want this shit.
Even guys, even guys that go out with girls and you take them to a restaurant, like, even if you don't eat out of the buffet, then you have to exchange saliva when you're kissing her. You're ingesting that shit too, man. That shit's nasty. That's why you can't be dealing with these hoes, man. Like, especially these bitches that are top models and all that. They want to be, high life and all this, over their self-worth, type bitches.
Yeah.
Instagram hoes, should I just say, man. Like, all these bitches, all these heifers, man. You gotta take them to a sandwich shop or something, or a coffee shop. Don't be taking them to no fucking Nobu's and all that shrimp.
Well, she's supposed to be
Shrimp
cooking
Express.
you dinner, man. That's what she's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's when you go into those Shrimp Express and all that. And then you try to kiss the bitch. And then you kiss the bitch. And then you kiss the bitch and then you just ingested all the nastiness that she just ate on that plate, man. Even if you didn't eat the shit. She's laying next to you, she's basically defiled, man. Defiled herself, man. Like a bitch in a minstrel, man. You can't be around her, man. Stay away from that bitch, man. You gotta go for a friend to do that, man. Guys will actually do that. Take a bitch to a restaurant, eat that nastiness, and exchange fucking fluids with her. Now you defiled yourself. That's why there's a lot of these guys out here as well. There's a lot of simping going on. Too much simping in his vagina.
Well, when you look at the state of things, it's because men ain't men that these women get away with it, man.
That's it, man.
That's why, for instance, a lot of the time you just see a lot of, you get the guys that sit, but then you get the other guys that like, look, I ain't people just
These bitches out here, this actually expressing that they're worship, doing witchcraft now. Actually, just pushing out like the crystals and all this. They're just pushing out the star signs, the zodiacs. They're actually just promoting witchcraft now, man.
Yeah.
Like at the highest level, they're not even hiding the shit no more. So it's like you gotta be careful, man. These bitches are deviants, man.
Yeah. That's it.
Especially the nigga women, man.
Oh man, fuck.
There's back in Psalms 83. We have enemies, and you had said that basically these heathens wouldn't come to our aid.
But what did they do? They did the opposite. They came to help in our demise.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah,
You know?
Psalms. Yeah, that's
You
it.
know. So it says Psalms 83:3 now says they have taken crafty counsel against our people.
Even Psalm 127. So praise it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
When I
You know.
yeah, brother, you know.
On the day that
Here it is. Trying to go, for example, try to go to King's Road, right? And was like, look, man, anything you touch. Jake, that's the thing with Jake. It was cordial, man. Right? But then guess what? Devils don't understand that. They're unreasonable.
I tried to reason with them.
yeah.
Asked them, can we go through the land? They
Yeah.
said no.
It was like, look, man, anything that we touch, we'll pay back, drink some water, we will pay for that, all of that, man. Esau was like, nah.
Showing you he's an unrighteous.
Yeah.
He's Cain, man.
Yeah.
He's Cain.
Yeah.
That's why we're never going to be brothers ever again.
That's it. Yeah, that's broken the brotherly covenant.
Yeah, man. That nigga is Cain, man. The evil one.
Evil. It's the Edomite.
Even after the Lord delivered us, the Ammonites, all these other nations, even Rahab was like, look, man, I heard about the Lord, what he's done for you and all that. Esau proud as hell. No.
Yeah, that's it.
The devil, man.
Would you call it? You got that saying nowadays, they don't want that smoke. Yo, Rahab didn't want that smoke, man.
She knew, man.
She was like, look, man.
She even had more sense, man. She's a heathen. But she had more sense. But Esau Edom is so proud,
She was a woman.
Yeah, that's why it's always going to be that perpetual hatred, man.
Yeah.
Between Jacob and Esau. They're never going to come together.
So, man.
Yeah, man. Fuck Esau, man.
This gives us more of a reason to punish you, man, through the power of Yahweh.
That's what I was trying to tell that Jake. You got to have the spirit of fuck Esau, man.
Yeah.
Fuck these white people, man. If they had it their way, they'll sacrifice you and your son right now.
Right
man.
now. Yeah.
They don't give a shit about
once
you,
again,
man.
especially in this, you can know that back in that time, as a Jake walked this kind of area.
Yeah, certain times in the night.
Exactly.
You smell the racism around here, man.
Walk into that pub, everyone just stops drinking and just turn around, look at
the cut the record up. Staring at me like fucking Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this nigga doing?
Exactly.
Like walking into a KKK meeting or something.
Yeah. Hey, what you call? I saw this.
The things I'd never seen this acronym before already. It's an NBA. But in the context, I knew what was talking about. Like, oh, no blacks allowed.
Hate us, man.
They hate us,
and not because of our skin color necessarily, but because
spirit.
it's the spirit, man, of who we are.
That's why they hated the Irish too.
And then we have the melanin on top of that as well, which they don't have.
Yeah.
So they hate us partly because of the color. That's that perpetual hatred, man. That's why they do us the way they did, man. They can't help themselves. They see Israelite, they just want to kill him, man.
So,
they don't necessarily have a reason why they want to kill. They just, all these Karens and all that. You be in the store buying something, the Karen will just come in your way, try and block you, or just give you a dirty look. Like no reason, man. You ain't seen this bitch in a day in your life.
Yeah.
You don't know this whole nothing. She'll just try and say some shit. Oh, what are you doing here? Why are you parked here? And all this kind of shit, interrogating you. Like the Jakes that went in the swimming pool and all that. Nigga was interrogating. Edomite was interrogating him. He just came to go swimming, man. He doesn't know anything about no fucking, life, man. He's a little boy, man. He's a 14-year-old, whatever boy. He just tried to jump in the pool and swim like every other kid. Edomite coming in there, get out and all this, like, being the devil, man.
This is the lie. Once again, speaking of crafty counsel. When part that crafty counsel that he put was everybody get together, man. Right? Because that has been a major downfall, the wrong way, but it really helped them to keeping Jake on a low level. Because really, we should be like, yo, I ain't trying to get a pool with that. Because in a
say again?
Blame the parents.
Oh yeah.
Took him to that pool in the first place.
Kind of point I was trying to make is it's like in the ancient world, if there was a leper in a pool, you're like, yo, shit, I ain't.
But Esau's done a trip bag on us where we
think that we should be among, right? We need to desire to be among. We need to desire to be accepted. that's you know, I remember after we was going into it, yeah, so it's like, yeah, man, that's really a way of keeping someone on a low level, right? Constantly, saying that, oh yeah, we need to have these programs for you to come to us, and we'll give you jobs. And this, that's you that you basically accept that your theory, whereas that's very much not the case. To say the exact opposite of it, you know.
Customs back in West Africa.
Will you feel me?
When they got the
Will you feel me?
filming us, mate. Don't worry about it. So you got even so you got people like in West Africa where they got the leprosy and all that.
Yeah.
They keep them far away from it, man. They let them congregate amongst the other Jakes. They know that they're inferior by the way they look.
Yeah.
They look inferior because they albinos and all that. They customly keep them away from themselves. Like, they don't mingle amongst the albinos. They don't want that plague to cut. They know it's a plague.
Yes.
In West Africa, they actually know that, man.
Yeah.
Them albinos, they catch hell, man.
Right.
And West Africa, they go off with it. They're like, yo, that's special. So they start chopping them up.
For fucking black magic, man.
You know what I'm saying? So look at that. So that shows you that Jake knows naturally that to look like that is inferior.
Right.
Because they've been brainwashed so much and they've been on the West for too long, they lost that fucking that point in their brain. They should know that the devil looking like that, he's the enemy, man. That's the curse of Cain.
Yeah.
Lost that history, man. Now they just want to be now they're trying to look like the damn devil.
Yeah.
They're trying to bleach their skin. One bitch, she did a BL, what do they call it? BLB, what do they call it?
Oh, BBL.
BBL, she tried to do it on her face. I don't know if you saw the recent one. She had bare burn marks on her face. She tried to do a BBL on her face, make her skin look lighter and all that.
Okay, no, I don't
And
know.
basically what happened is she got burnt, basically like some kind of third degree burns. Basically got leprosy marks all over her fucking face, burns and look nasty, man. She tried to look like the white woman and all that, man. She got what she got. She got plague, man. That shit looks incurable, man. The Lord took away her skin and all that, man. Parts of her face and all that. You fucked patchy.
Which goes to show you, man, because back in what is it, the 70s?
Even Edomite would want to get afros and whatever, what have you. This and here is Shedamite trying to get the figure of it, sort of for that one, get lip fillers and this, that, and the other. But Eve is still trying to look like a leopard. Don't make no sense.
Striving to look like the devil.
Don't make no sense.
Blonde hair and all that. That's leprosy. That's not a blessing to have blonde hair. Every other bitch has got a blonde wig.
But back in Psalms 83, they have taken crafty counsel against our people. Souls of the gates are hidden. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That's why that Jake didn't know who he was. And at one time in history, we didn't know who he was. We was just like him, walking around lost, not knowing who we are, But knew something was wrong in this world. Something went right with our spirit and all that. We didn't gel with this world, man. We just didn't know how to put our finger on it.
Yeah.
And now we know why, because we didn't have this truth. We discontinued from our heritage. That's what happened, man. Just like that Jake, he discontinued from his heritage. That's why he doesn't know who he is. Like, this was a shock to his whole system. Like, this is a spiritual awakening. I said it was an awakening to him. This is a spiritual awakening. He didn't know he didn't know, who even Jacob was. He might have heard of Jacob and all that in the scripture, so to speak. We didn't know that he actually goes back to that line of people, like that line of men that actually existed. He probably thought that was a fairy tale and all that. That's how the spiritual awakening happens, man.
I just wanted to say that because I'm thinking about back when I was in church. I'm pretty certain, but there wasn't that strong belief that those people really existed.
Yeah. It was like just a fiction.
Yeah, it was something you did, just like, there's a God and whatever.
But then, like, when you're thinking about King David, like now when we think about King David, it's like, yo, King David exists.
Did his thing,
Him and his mighty men.
You can actually envision him doing his thing, like.
On what you're saying, like, because they show a lot in them, like, Moabite films, but the scripture says in
men of Moab and all that. The two men flying like men of Moab.
And then also the one that says King David jumping over walls.
That makes me to jump over 9 feet.
And then, but in the Moabite film, they'll show you the guy jumping in the air.
More about
Very high.
with a power with a bad music. Man up Jet Li or one of them.
Yeah, but
Trying to replicate Israelites, basically.
Israelites, that's
Israelite
it.
warriors.
Yeah. But when you read scripture now, you think of King David, you can see him do
make both still defend them.
yeah. You can then just imagine just like doing all of that. Now it's
Real, right? When you come in, you can really imagine it.
when the scriptures talk about healing.
I don't remember. Like, oh yeah, it happened. But now we can actually see it. Oh yeah, this could happen, right? There was a guy who dropped dead, and the Lord made it happen. Came back to life.
It's about belief.
That's
at the end of
it.
the day. That's what we have faith in.
Yeah.
Our faith and hope is in this truth, man. Undoubtedly, man. That's
Yeah.
why we're willing to die for this thing if
Yeah.
it comes to it. Jake, look at it in the Christian church. They, as his brother said, they look at it as like a fictional tale. They don't look at it as like actual things that's actually happened and just getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
They just think, it's just like an old novel.
That was before.
That's past time. Those guys didn't really exist like that, but they actually did exist.
Yeah.
They're still here now. Reincarnation is in the Bible, man.
Yeah. And the thing is,
There's certain things in the world that were deep in the scriptures. They're like, oh, that's like hell. It's in the world. It's like, oh, but in the scriptures, like, oh no, it ain't no such thing. But actually, that makes sense.
that's it.
Everything's explainable in the scriptures. If the Spirit's dealing with you, everything that you go out in, all the deep knowledge that you're seeking for, all of that, science, all that shit is explainable in the scriptures, man. If you also talks about the simplicity, that's why I was shy. Doesn't need to deploy all kind of technical words to explain. You know what I'm saying?
That always perplexes me. It's because you see in like with technical people a lot where instead of just explaining what it is on the basic level, they use all of these technical terms, acronyms, to make themselves seem so smart, so.
And they still don't know. But if I'm trying to, if I'm trying to get you
to become a programmer, right, as well, right? That's what I do. If I'm trying to get you to become a programmer, I'm not going to be using the big technical jargon. Because I want you to get it. I'm trying not to scare you off. You see what I'm saying?
Don't take baby steps.
yeah, bro, this.
This what? Oh wait, no, this means this and the other, right?
But that's not what Vocab is doing. Here it is. Let's be real, Jay. We're not necessarily the smartest people, and we are in the spirit. But the way East was designed, the system, right, Jay? A lot of our people like ignorance, man. Right?
And the wisdom of this world is foolishness.
It's foolishness.
Exactly. You can use all the big words, all that extravagant speech, all you want. But that means still that, according to the scriptures, you don't know nothing, man.
Yeah.
Your spiritual IQ is very low.
It's very low.
You might have the IQ of the world and all that bullshit, but your spiritual IQ is low, man. So really, you don't know nothing, man. You got the complete knowledge and understanding of everything, down to a science, man. Regarding the scriptures, our IQ is higher than yours, man.
That's it.
You got the real knowledge.
The IQ that actually matters.
Yeah. That could create life and destroy life, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say what. But in terms of like the emotional that people makes it say what they weren't done.
Yeah. Of the world, and that. The Hellenization.
Yeah.
The Westernization.
They hadn't had like that classical, if you will, classical training in the scriptures, or they weren't.
Apostle Paul was. He was actually raised like from his father. Him. He was raised by Gamaliel.
Yeah.
So he's actually like a, he was raised in, as a learned person, man. He was raised in that system, so to speak. But even he counted it all as dung to gain Yahweh Shai. He said, I counted all as dung to gain Yahweh Shai, man. Because once you find out this truth, you realize that all the shit that you learn in the world is really just bullshit, man. Like you've got the term empty your glass, right? Like these Chinese proverbs and all that, you've got it out there. They call it empty your glass. Basically, you kind of come into, say like you want to learn a new technique or learn a new martial arts, but you acting like you know so much already. Empty your glass, man. You got to empty, count all that shit is done. You got to throw all that shit out. become a new babe, man, a student, and then grow in that, grow in new technique. You can't come and act like you know everything. You know, how you gonna grow?
Yeah. Baby,
You got to
now,
empty your
so,
cup. You know, and that means spiritually, like empty your mind, man.
Yeah.
You can be molded in a new. Humble yourself.
Humble is.
So you can be molded a new
Like
form baby, man. That's it, man. I watched that one program. That was,
Good.
you know the Chinese little joints that they always drop. Slack anyway.
It says Philippians 3:4. Though I might also have confidence in the flesh, if any man thinketh that he hath whereof he might trust in the flesh, I am also Paul is saying, look, man, yeah, you got certain people that will say, I've done this, that I'm this great. Okay, cool. If you're thinking of that, then guess what? I can say that more than you, right? And he's gonna give the example. Because see me, just putting some, bringing it to one time. See me? See, I was circumcised the 8th day, of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Hebrew of the Hebrews, as such in the law, a Pharisee, right? So it's basically saying you want to talk law, or you want to say you keep the law. Hey, guess what? Me? I'm a Pharisee.
I was raised in that, man.
Exactly.
I know everything
You
about
know?
that, man. You can't tell me nothing about the law that
Yeah.
I wasn't raised in. I know everything. And then apart from that, he learned languages as well. He knew the
Yeah.
Greek, he knew the Hebrew, Latin. He was
Yeah.
a Greek, he was a centurion. Type of thing that he had citizenship, citizenship. So he was up there, man. He was like you could say he was like, yeah.
Pre-born, I think it says of him.
Can you do this as a man that's broken?
He was like upper class, man.
Yeah.
He wasn't an average citizen. He was up there, man. If you wanted to, you could have been part of the Sanhedrin, Septuagint. Sanhedrin. Yeah, he could have been part of that group.
Oh yeah, Pharisee, yeah.
He was a Pharisee, the Pharisee.
Yeah, so
He would have been one of their heads if you wanted to, because that was in his family part of his family customs, man. But he gave that all up and he said, no, man, I count that all is done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though he was learnt in the law and all that, but he didn't have the spiritual aspect of it.
Because once again, I remember
those people like, but I've mastered in biology. I've got a degree in biology, but then arguing just there like, bro, I've got a degree in biology too.
Been to university and all that, got degrees, but that's counted it all as done. That shitting on deliver us.
Because when we come into this truth,
We understand, like, no, all that shit that we taught was
it don't add up.
It was all Masonic.
Real talk. Yeah, that's why they call it degrees.
I remember certain lectures I used to go to, especially like marketing and that. You do the business and IT degree and that. All the marketing strategies and shit, all the different P's and all that bullshit, man. You've got all different triangular pyramid systems and all that. That's all Masonic shit, man.
And then when you look into marketing, you go back into one of the great
Edward Bernays, right? He was
the
cousin, or he was basically closely related to Sigmund Freud, right? That psychology. But when you look into all of them kind of like when you look into psychology, you would think on psychology, whatever. It's just that people understand. No, that psychology goes hella wicked, man.
One of they call him the father of like modern sex theory or whatever. One of his experiments was how at what age can you orgasm? So then you got to ask yourself, how did he find out? Right? Little kids. So that's basically the kind of individual that we're dealing with here, right?
Yeah, science is wicked.
It's hella.
Science is supposed to be righteous.
Devil made it wicked,
They
man.
use it for wickedness, man.
That's it. Because this is the thing as well. Habakkuk 2 says, the spirit that is in him is not upright. Because as a Jake, that has never even crossed my mind about what age can someone start or that's not even
So what benefit
I'm
is it
saying,
to
yeah,
life
yeah, but
to me?
Esau-
Like, but
Esau's
Esau had
wild,
to
man.
go and find out.
Esau's a weird
But then
man.
these are the guys that will have schools named after them. These are the
Steve
people that
Hawkins
will
and all
be
that.
in.
Which the Lord now, Lord Jack, the Lord made a mockery out of it.
Violent.
Yeah.
The fucking site there, man. No, I ain't seen one student.
So it says, verse 6, concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. But what things were gained to me, those I count lost for Mashiach.
So everything he learned, all that so-called wisdom of the world, he said that that's all BS, man.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't got the Lord, then what's it all worth,
Yeah.
man? You're
It
gonna
don't
be
mean
lacking something. And that's what this world don't understand. You might have not known know everything. You so-called, you got making money and all that, you know,
Yeah.
living that lifestyle and all that lavish, plus meals,
Yeah.
all this guy and holiday. If you ain't got the Lord, then what's it all worth, man?
Don't mean that.
It's all temporal, man.
Yeah.
It's all vanity. Even King Solomon said everything is right. He owned everything. He was
Yeah.
the smartest man on the face of the
Yeah.
earth.
He says, basically, when he learned, said he learned everything, gave my mind to mad.
The madness, the adventures of men,
Yeah.
and all that. That's how smart he was.
Yeah.
But he had to go onto the left-hand side, man.
Yeah.
And then he says, all is vanity.
All his vanity, man, is
Vanity
not
of
worth
vanity.
it. It's not worth it. Yeah? He owned everything, man. He had all the wealth, all the silver, all the women. 1,000 women, and he said all of them are wicked as hell.
Yeah.
And that was back then.
Well, exactly. Women were actually more women. Were more feminine back then.
Yeah.
And he had 1,000 of them, and he still
Yeah.
said these women are fucking.
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
wicked.
they're deceivers, man.
Even you might even see someone that you would think is so called a good girl. She's wicked as hell.
Yeah, man. They all got ill thoughts, man.
All thoughts,
All
man.
wickedness is but little.
Man, there was a situation, man. This guy couldn't tell. It was like, what? This guy couldn't tell.
I just helped them out do something. And then she just said, I said, Luke was helping. I was like, no, it was Tifa. And then I was basically trying to give him props. But he wasn't picking up what was happening. But basically, she was throwing them under the bus. And I'm like, but she was the so-called good girl, right? An Elam thing.
It's just, I
All
was just
these
there like,
heifers, man.
I was like, bro, that's I legit thought of that. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, all of them are wicked, man.
Scoundrels, man. They're all scandalous.
Scoundrels.
They're scandalous, man. That's how they are.
Scandalous.
They're very scandalous, man. These women, you know, they're treacherous beings, man.
Treacherous, man. It's
But what the thing is, as men, what do you call it? You gotta privy to those games. Huh? Yeah. You gotta, here it is. Like, I'm trying to be like, bro, pattern up, bro. Like, why? Without telling them to pattern up. Like,
but you weren't.
I was like, yeah, Luke was very helpful, is he? I was like, bro, come on, bro.
Right in front of his face. But that's why King Solomon said what he said. All of them are wicked. There ain't no such thing as a good girl on this side.
You know what I'm saying?
Period. Man.
That was back then as well.
Yeah.
Even more so now. You can't even call these women women, man. They don't do nothing fun anymore.
They don't help.
They're all masculine. They want you to just do for them nowadays, man.
Yeah.
They don't even want to do for you.
That's
So
it.
how they a woman? Because the word woman means a service. A female servant. They ain't serving them, man. So this place is desperately wicked, man. That's why, you know, things need to be changed, man. All the way around. From the home, from the family home, to, you know, to business, to all that, the infrastructure, everything needs to be changed, man.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be revamped, man. Reprogrammed.
Sirach 36:24. He that getteth the wife beginneth the possession and help.
You can't tell a woman that now.
Yeah.
They'll see that as toxic and some
Yeah.
form of hate crime. You know, discrimination. You tell
That's
a bitch
it.
that you belong to me. She'll tell you. She'll go to the police for emotional distress, man.
Abuse. No, that's the thing. Theresa May made it a thing.
Yeah, no, they're doing that now.
Yeah,
See that, man.
Emotional
Abuse, man. Emotional domestic abuse.
How do you prove that? You can't prove that.
Her word against yours.
Exactly, which is completely against the law of the Bible, man.
She says anything. It's basically got no witnesses as well. She's justified.
Yeah, because that breaks two laws in the scriptures. One, you know, which could supposed to have two or more witnesses, but then also
The scripture says that no man not away between the man and the woman. It's none of your damn business.
for the unjust.
Exactly. But
You
then,
know, the woman would runs to the damn devil.
That's
But
it.
she knows that's a protection.
That's,
man.
that's
That's
it.
a safe haven for her.
That's it. And that's why you go and die. Scripture says,
A day that shall be found with them, though hand joined in hand, which shall not
But then also, though, if thou be found, thou shalt both be tossed to in Isaiah, rough paraphrase.
That's why you can't marry these hoes, man, because they ain't marrying you. They're marrying the government, man. They're marrying Esau Edom.
No,
Because then if anything falls
Yeah.
falls apart or goes wrong, who they running to?
Yeah.
They ain't running to you. They're running to their safe
Yeah.
haven, which is the government, man.
they're
to
marrying
fuck
your
you over.
assets.
Yeah.
Yeah, your assets,
You
not
can't be
you.
marrying these heifers out here. What are you marrying them for,
Yeah.
man? For what? You know? What are you doing is giving away your rights,
legit.
your privileges, man.
Yeah.
it's a business contract, sort of like what more about Africa, but more about say, oh, you know, come and do this, but people go take this.
You know, all these contracts, that's all it is. It's a which, that's it. That's not what the word
con, innit?
means.
It's a contract.
It's a
con. You don't want to fall for them cons, man.
You know,
cons.
we know that, that's not what it means, but
Yeah,
it's just like,
you know. But that's, you know,
but it's in the name.
way, yeah.
It's in the name,
It's
isn't
a
it?
con, man. It's a con.
You know, we can't not play with it with if that word, it's in there.
Yeah. You can't play with them thing there. And these women, they know that, man.
They know it.
The system is built for them. It's not built to protect the man. It's built to protect the woman. That's why during the 70s, all that shit, all them programs to get the man out of the house. Before it was like a thing of if your man went to war, it goes back to the Edomites. I was like, if the man was going to war and don't come back from that, the woman get benefits and all these. Then they used it to destroy the whole black neighborhood.
Which, although that precept goes into Antiochus, but talks about his policies, right? Which you can use that in today's with Daniel 8:25. You can use it today for these. That policy came when they first brought it out. That's a good thing, right? But you would think that's a good. That makes sense. If we've sent your man to war and he dies, you should at least take care of him, right? But then Esau then comes in another way after having laid that groundwork, which is what he does all the time, man.
Serpent, scripture says it's more subtle than any beast of the field. That's why he's always coming cunning, man. Cunningly, he's always coming deceitfully. Very slick, sinister, man. That's why you can't trust him, man. Just to try to come into your household and tell you how to run your own household, man. That's the devil, man. He knows he's going against the scriptures by doing that, man. Because as you said earlier, you're not supposed to meddle in another man's affairs, man. You can't be telling another man what to do with his own family, man. That's his job, man.
And
That's the scriptures.
It shows you women really married to the so-called white man.
Because that's I remember speaking to one guy. He was saying, my parents, and the reason why they're married where they don't talk to anyone about shit. No one should be knowing about the dirt in your bloody house. But nowadays, all these women best friends. You come around all of a sudden.
You put on TV shows.
Yeah.
Housewives, this housewife, that.
Oh, entanglements
and all that. Embarrassing, man. Showing you how destroyed our people are, man. And why they need a nuke in the missile, man.
That's it.
Saying earlier on, Sirach 12 and 10, never trust an enemy like his iron rock, so this is wicked.
Yeah, man. You know that by now, man. This devil, he's always trying to figure out a way to get Jake, do one over on Jake, man.
That's it.
But Jake always finds some stupid way. Because of the money, really, Esau will just throw money in Jake's face and he'll fall for it, man.
That media machine, how? Which part?
Television is predictive programming. TV programming, media, it's all predictive programming, man. Make you think a certain way, not make you react a certain way. Shit you would have reacted before, but because everyone else is reacting to it, you want to be part of the club or part of the bandwagon, so you jump on the bandwagons. That's why all these trends and out chases and all this bullshit goes on. Everyone's trying to jump on bandwagons. That's based upon fucking folly.
This place is good.
when all is said and done, we always just draw the same conclusion. Now this place has got to go.
Yes, man. Our people are just
Gone.
destroyed, man.
Yeah.
They're totally destroyed, man. You can't tell Jake shit.
Yep.
Like I was quoting from Peter's, Second Peter, it talks about how people being this brute beast. When you check out that word brute, it means someone that's unreasonable, man. You can't reason with a beast, man.
That's it.
Unreasonable. You can't talk to them. That's how 2/3 of our people, they're gone, man.
Yeah.
They're revolted and gone. That's why they need to be destroyed.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in those days.
That's the society in a nutshell. Folly is setting great dignity. I know they got all these different industry parties, way of the world that they're pushing, the sports and entertainment. That's the height of, height of life, so to speak. And that's all folly. And then you got the rich, sitting in low place, which is us. Israelites, we're in slavery, man. They get servants upon horsemen, the Edomites ruling over us, making policy.
It says, I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking servants upon them.
So we're in constant hell, man.
Yeah.
We're in a systematic oppression. That's what you call systematic oppression right there. People try to act like that shit don't exist.
Yeah.
Or it only affects certain industries, but it's a whole system
It's a
of
whole
that, man.
system. Yeah, because who's at the top of these companies, man? These bloody Edomites. And
Yeah, the small hat rats.
Yeah, small hat rats.
You can't even say that now.
Yeah.
That's offensive. Just for speaking the truth, you've offended someone, man.
Yeah.
This is another reason why I was going to say, after earlier on about that came up, about how he, because I can, for me, I'm observing him, he kind of looks like the type of, he looks like an office Jake, mainly because he had a clean shave.
He's a merchant.
Yeah, he's in the system.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah,
he gets oppressed at work. I know it because it's sort of like, as a Jake,
and then
Jake, these Edomites, sort of what, they don't rape Jake, man.
No matter how fucking, beta male and how fucking compliant you are to Esau Edom and his businesses and all that, how polite you are, they still look at you as a nigga, man.
That's it.
It don't matter, man. It's a spiritual thing, man.
Yeah.
They know that you're not one of them, man. It don't
That's
matter if you're part of any club, a fraternity and all that.
Yeah.
They know that you're not naturally part of them, man. You're inferior, man.
Even
They're inferior.
Exactly. I was going to say, this is the worst thing about it is because it's sort of
they can be more incompetent because of the way they look. They lord themselves over, right? But all of that is coming to an end. Lord is coming to bring all of that to an end. It's coming to break.
They naturally know that you're superior to them. But they can't. They hate that. Because they know that they're ruling over you.
Yeah.
They just want to keep you down, man.
They use the system.
Yeah. That's the only thing they can do.
Yeah. To keep you in that position, and that's why, for instance, they make sure that the schools Jake go to are terrible and degenerate.
Public schools and all
Public
the worst
schools, and
schools.
which that whole school system's BS. But they know that to keep the lie going, that Jake are just dumb and brute, that they have to
create that system. That's why they don't like the Nigerians. Come over better than all of them going to private schools, smarter and be a lot smarter than these devils, man.
The highest universities.
That's it.
And even though they're not looked down upon, they still try and get their way through. Because that's Jake's. We're the form of all things, man. We strive for something. We strive for perfection.
That's it.
For perfection, even if it's doing the wrong things, man. Like university, that bullshit. All the master degrees, PhDs. We got a lot of Jakes that done that, man.
Yeah.
You start thinking them, that goes back to us because we're supposed to be the wise people of the earth, the wisest physicians and knowledgeable people of the earth.
Because when you were with university back in the days, one of the things you would have been studying was the scriptures.
That's what it was. Scholarlies.
Yeah, scholarlies. You go in there, you study, you learn the scrolls.
Right? The Latin, especially like England. Because that was a whole. That's why the King James Bible was so revolutionary because it made the scriptures available to all.
Yeah, scholars, so many scholars do that. That was involved in that, describing the book, putting it all together, man, translating it from the Hebrew, Greek, and English.
It was what you referred to as a magnum opus, a great work, man.
Because it's
all about the people being able to understand. Unlike, once again, going back had to, vocab was in the spirit, is in the spirit of them old, guys that only wanted it to be kept in Latin, so that only they understood, and that the people would just listen to whatever BS that they were spewing. Because that's the thing. When it's in, when you actually read the scriptures and you hear a pastor speak, you're like, what you're saying doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Right?
Only two different messages.
Two different messages. Just on what was Matthew 5:13, we are the salt of the earth, and that's Drake. Yep. We're the salt of the earth. We're the best that you're gonna get.
Any industry we're in, anything we do, we stand out,
Yeah.
man. Even if we don't get the credit, man.
That's it.
Even I heard like all the different, like the first, the 1G, the 2G, 3G, that was all created by Jake.
Yeah.
But Jake don't get the credit for that.
Well, this is it, right? They always talk about Elon Musk, the smartest man in the world, whatever have you. Now, what he may be good at doing is finding the right people. Because I was just gonna be honest. In that business world, a good businessman is gonna find the right job. But those right people are Jakes.
But they ain't gonna get the credit for it, right?
They don't
Because
even know that they're there.
one of his one of the things that he revolutionized, if you will, was
Space, the whole space.
Right? Sexy.
it was by way of
Space. Because to be fair, it was a good problem that was
so it's like, why are you blowing up the 50 or however many £1 million rocket ship? Why don't you just reuse it at lowest cost? But the engineers and all of the minds that it takes to solve that problem, Elon Musk isn't an aerophysicist.
No, he's not a mathematician.
He's not a mathematician.
He just
But who gets the credit? Elon Musk.
right? He's just the organizer. But
That's what Esau
does, man. Esau will pick the people that can do the right thing and then take the credit for it at the end. Esau will copy. Esau take the piss out these
these
Moabites
Moabites are copycats. But you're the ultimate
and then he'll
copycat.
pattern it as well, like it was his idea.
Yeah.
So steal the idea. And
McCoy,
like, yeah.
you know. Oh,
they say the
KFC, for example.
everyone loves a bit of KFC, but they say the real original recipe wasn't from the curd, right? It was from his slave or something like that. What Edomites be cooking up with some hella spice, man?
You still don't cook fried chicken like Jake anyway.
Bro.
That's bullshit. Everyone knows chicken. Fried chicken is best. That's
Yeah.
a Jake recipe, man.
That's it.
They know that's Jake. That ain't got nothing to do with Edomites, man. You still don't even back the shit cook like.
That's it.
Well, what do you call it? There was those Saturday morning kitchen cooking shows.
Yeah, I watched that. What's his name? Martin. And
Can. But
he's a Jake anyway.
there was this one presenter who basically was watching someone make some chicken, right? And the guy was putting some seed.
You put salt on it, right?
Well, the presenter was like, "Oh, well, you put salt. Oh, that's what I've been going wrong." Like,
This guy was just putting a slab of chicken breast, taking it out the wrapper and putting it in the oven.
Oven tray and threw it in the fucking oven. Right?
yeah, I was just there like,
And expecting it to be tasteful. Right?
God,
So he's cave monkey.
cave monkey.
Tell me it's about the cave monkey. It took you a while to learn how to do recipes. And you learned that shit from Jake anyway. Cuisines.
Oh
And
man,
Jake weren't cooking all that stuff in the ancient world. He was eating fucking, eating out the hairs of your funny and the nuts and all that shit.
Whoa.
Judah Blue roots and healthy food and all that. Grass and all these things.
yeah.
But you ain't the top chefs of the earth, man. That's Jake. The ones making all damn cuisines. And Elam and Ishmael now to make cuisines more than you brothers,
It's real dirty. But now they that are younger than I have fathers are the mistake of the flock, right?
Master chefs and Michelin stars. All these Edomites always got the 5 stars. How you get the 5 stars, man? Even to get 1 star is nearly impossible for most restaurants, man. These devils got 5-star Michelin star.
Yeah.
For what, man? Cooking some rare raw meat.
Well,
Bloody.
and this is the thing as well. It's like you have certain people. You already know
You have certain agreements. right? Of people who are gonna make it, just like in the entertainment world, you have agreements. People
Yeah,
who
yeah,
are gonna make it, people who ain't.
Because as well, sort of like that, there's a certain psychology where you go into a restaurant. Like, if you don't know the restaurant, you don't know who it is, how much anything costs. You go in there, you might be like, dead. But you go in there, you're like, yo, it's a 5-star restaurant, this and the other. The steak is like £300-400 and whatever. You're gonna be, oh, they won't be good, but psychologically, people be like, must taste it.
In their mind,
that's what
because
they did with that fucking sorbet.
yeah,
You found out that shit, you know.
it's
certain-
trash. Yeah,
It's trash.
the chef that worked, one of the chefs, like, yo, these ain't even like high quality cuts of meat, man.
It's teeth, bro.
You know. But the clout and the energies around it makes people think
That it's something, but it ain't. Right? It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision. Fathers out of disdain for sex. So
That's their history. So their history is not great. That's why you can see why they envy Jake, man.
yeah.
Because Esau's history is not great, man.
Yeah.
While we was conquering, invading and raiding
Yeah.
different countries in Europe, these devils was in the caves grunting like fucking animals, man. Cave monkeys, man.
They were doing
In
a
the
Rick Ross
Caucasus
hunt.
Mountains. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was doing. While we was out here conquering lands, man.
Yeah.
But they was in the caves, man. Now they're so proud. They got their suit and tie, making policies on the earth,
Yeah.
creating all kinds of conflicts and wars in the name of money, man.
but then, and the worst yet is then they take still it's that's it, right? Because this, and once again, this is what said surely the fresh makes the wise man. I'll be walking around and you see like some Greta Thunberg looking at person, be like, yeah, I was Viking. And instead, like, fuck out of here.
You weren't related to Lothbrok and all them, man. You ain't even got the spirit of Lothbrok, man.
That's it.
Little, even what's his name? The boneless one, man.
Yeah.
Ivan, the boneless and all that.
Yeah.
He was disabled. You ain't even got his.
That's it.
He ain't even got his lineage, man. And he was a warrior to the end, man. Ivan and all that, man. All these Lothbrok and all that.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, man. You don't come from those people.
You know?
Those are Israelites,
That's
man.
it.
That were just living as straight up heathens, man.
Yeah, they were going off.
They was going off.
They were going
The Vikings, and a lot of them Vikings, I know there was like Benjamin, because they had that sign of the wolf, man.
Yeah.
They carried that sign of the wolf. A lot of
Yeah.
that was their symbol.
Yeah.
A lot of them Benjaminites was like Vikings and all that, yeah. Having this wolves and all that, howling. They have that type of spirit, man.
Yeah.
They had the plaits and all, Jake loved the long hair extension, like plaits and all that. So that, a lot of those Vikings were Benjamin, Judah mixed up in there, But we was ruling, man. Devils, man. So they went around just whitewashing the whole. They to the point where Jake don't even don't even acknowledge themselves or even hold themselves to even having any type of history with them. That's how much of a job.
Yeah.
That's how much of a whitewashing this devil done. Like Jake don't even realize that was their forefathers, man.
Real quick, First Maccabees 3:48. That says, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint light.
That's what these devils have done. They've done it. This ain't the first time.
Yeah.
They was doing it during the time of the Greeks.
Mm-hmm.
So that shows you that the same devils that was ruling then are ruling now, man. And they're doing the same wicked things, man.
Yeah.
Inspiring, man. Trying to keep us down as a people. At least back then we knew we was Israelites, man. Now we don't know. We totally don't know who we are.
Well,
They're saying that they're us.
Well,
Yeah. I heard you say Nubian. I was like, huh?
Yeah, we was like, yeah, let's just skip over this.
Next you're gonna say Anunnaki and all that. I don't even want to get into all that.
But it goes so Jake is looking for something. Yeah. Jake is finding it in the wrong way. Like,
Not according to
No, according to knowledge, that's it, man. Perfect precept. Because that's how Jake ends up in fucking Islam, man.
Yeah, they
Because-
end up jumping into some Buddhism or some stupid religion because they think they found the truth. When you just dug yourself deep into that damn hole, man. Every time you jump into them different religions, the Lord looks at you like, boy, you've lost. Yeah, man, you've lost, man. You distance yourself more than drawing yourself nearer.
Yeah.
The more and more you come closer to the scriptures, that's why we told him it's not based upon religion. It's about heritage, man, the lineage. Because the Bible was written for a nation of people, weren't written for the whole earth.
So,
The scriptures were written for people and by a people, man.
yeah.
Which are, it's for the Hebrew Israelites.
For us,
For us and by us, man. That's what it was. Fubu, man, for real. That's what the scriptures is written for us and by us, man. It weren't written for everyone, man. That's why they don't have no covenant. That's why they can't understand these scriptures like we can. The spirits are not inclined to it. You joke with the scriptures like ours, right? Tells you Roman thing, you know? We have an affinity with the scriptures. It's our book, it's our history, man.
Job 32, where two might their strength in the hand properly, who both one and Ammon solitude, fleeing into the wilderness at former time desolate and waste.
Why? Because you're the natural born enemy, man, of every nation on the earth, not just Israel. Even these other nations were chasing you up into the damn caves, man.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows you're the enemy of the earth. You're Cain, man.
Yeah.
And if I can say as well, especially like back then, everyone was dark.
Yeah. Because this is
So
it.
you
When
stood out.
you stood out. Because this is the reason I say that is because when you see these, say, Moabites and Ammonites, for example, right? When you see them in the West, when they've got all the makeup on or whatever, they look, quite light skinned. But when they're exposed to the elements, they get dark. I don't know if you see them, the Moabites, they get dark. So you was the only one that looked like you.
You look like a damn something out of the drain pipes, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy, hairy, looking all kinds of cavemanish, looking all kind of abominable, man.
Yeah.
You didn't look right, man.
No one
You didn't
else
smell
looks
right.
Yeah.
Your behavior patterns, you acted like a damn actual animal. You was an actual beast of the field, man.
Yeah.
You was acting like a damn beast of the field. Grunting and all these things.
That's
So
it.
people don't want you around, man. And then, even they have that program, some theater program that they do for the Chinese Moab. As they say, always in the advert, it says before communism, China. Like basically, they're going back to their old traditions of doing their dances, slaka. Their dances and all that. I know, it's death. They be doing the ancient dances. All that. They show you the ancient customs. Like, oh, come on, one something. Like, they show you the advert on TV. They say this is how the Chinese was before communist China. Really what they're saying is before the devil came over there, man. That's what they're saying. Before the devil came over there and built skyscrapers, all this bullshit. The Moab was doing their thing. They had the traditions. There was, kept to their customs and how they were, even though they're heathens, but they had their way of life, man.
Yeah.
They had their garments and all that. Now they're stuck in it, suit and tie,
and their garments a lot
skyscraper type
nicer,
bullshit, man.
Them which I'll be old. What do you call the kimonos and that?
Yeah, man, that's how you
Yeah,
grab
man.
one of them things
Just
and dressed out in the
silk.
ancient world,
you know.
The women were more feminine, quiet and all that. Can't fuck with them things now. Them things are proud as hell.
Yeah. They're hella proud.
Have to look around for them, the decent ones, man. And the majority of the women over there in China, they're proud as hell now, man. Why? Because they took on that Babylonian juice of the damn devil.
And what do you call it? They be richer than a lot of these man. It's
Average.
Yeah, they'll be
Students
average. Yes, and you see them all over London, man. And you just looking at what they're wearing.
Shopping, bro. They don't go a day without shopping.
Then you see them doing that penguin walk with the fucking Louis bags and the Gucci
Ever
shoes
since I was
and
a
all of
youth,
that.
man, I used to go to a school right next to one of the Burberry factories. All you see is gooks, man. In and out of them damn Burberry factories, buying fucking £1,000 of merchandise, man. At a time, man. Bags, it's coming out with bags. And it's always gooks, man.
Yeah.
It was always from when I was a youth. I was thinking, how the fuck did these gooks always buying, man? Like, how did they get all this money, man? Now we know why. Because they're in league with the damn devil, man. Buying about £10,000 worth of Burberry jackets and clothing, man. And it's nothing for them.
2 Ezra 16:1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Assyria.
Yeah, and like elders were saying, Asia represents like the majority of, you had Asian major, Asian minor. That includes like, parts of Siberia, like Russia, South, North of Asia.
The stands, Tajikistan,
all them stands on that. It includes all of that Asia as well, because that's where the modern day world known world wars at that time.
Yeah,
So all those countries are involved in Asia.
kind of.
Now, obviously, we attribute the Asia to Moab and Ammon
Yeah,
as well. So North and South Asia, though those places are, attributed to Asia as well. So
yeah,
we know that Moab is definitely in bed with the
Yeah,
damn
with
devil,
the-
as you
with
can
the- yeah.
plainly see. But it's only certain parts of Asia, not all the Asians are basically banding together. You got North Korea that's against South Korea,
Yeah,
there's America,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. So there's
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 tensions.
there's tensions there,
Yeah,
man.
what we're witnessing now, scripture says, gather the people to the battle. What you're
Mhm.
witnessing now is basically making their allegiance in for this great battle that is about to come, right? And that's affecting because what you're seeing, what America's doing over there in East Asia at the moment, basically making, say, Japan and Korea correct their relations, so that what? So because basically what he's all about to do, he's about to use those Ammonites, right, and them Koreans to basically go and be what they call it, that thing, to go into that meat grinder basically.
They're setting them up against each other. Man. They're all setting up each other against each other. That's why China is having meetings with Putin now. Because Russia and China are getting ready to go against their enemies, man.
Exactly. That's also why, exactly. Same thing with was it Saudi Arabia and Iran normalizing relations.
Even they said that recently, Mexico was going to join the BRICS.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone's setting up their that's why it says multitude of multitudes are gathered.
In the war. This allied forces, all of that crap. But that's what you're seeing right now is happening.
Everyone's choosing their sides, man.
Their sides.
Opposing forces.
Yeah.
So that's why that world war is going to be
Immense.
It's going to be extreme, man. Yeah, it's going to be immense. It's going to be the greatest war to be ever seen.
That's it.
And the most fiercest one as well, man, because that nuclear power is nothing to play with. All that nuclear weaponry, man, that shit is nothing to play with, man.
Yeah. Jeremiah 50:14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Jeremiah 50:9 says, "For lo, I'll raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations."
Like we're talking about. Russia's banding with China, Iran's with Saudis.
And you got Iran's with Russia already.
Turkey, Syria, all these nations, man. The weak saying I am strong, Then you got America with their armies. Now they're saying Poland's joining NATO. That's gonna piss off Russia. All these, it's like everyone's choosing their opposing forces, choosing their sides basically. This is a great army is assembled, man.
Yeah.
Great armies, man. So that's like world nations, man.
That's it.
It's gonna be assembled against who? The West. Namely America, NATO and the EU, but namely America.
Because this is it. When we watch like the news and then they said, oh, the civilized world is against Russia's action, they're only talking about 800 million people, right? Because that is America, which is 350, or maybe just over. Then but like
NATO and EU allies.
NATO, but that's a very small proportion of the world, a tiny proportion. But they make it sound, which shows you the pride, though. It shows you their pride that we've got all of these people on our side. When it's like, actually, they've got more. India and China is 2.5 billion people alone. China could let 1 million man die. It wouldn't mean nothing to them. They still got 999 million people they can send to the meat grinder if they want.
You got Iran and Saudi as well. They band their armies together. How many millions, hundreds of millions is that? Then Russia as well. They got millions.
Oh, because that's what they said about when but it's like
the army, the numbers are stupid, man.
Insane.
And then on top of that, the weaponry as well.
Yeah. But we're gonna say as well, because there's the people that are in the actual army now, but then also you've got a draft. If they need more men, it's not like here where in the UK where you've got 70 million people to play with, which how many of them are even of warring age?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, no, they definitely got the numbers.
They got the numbers, man.
Expendables, as they call it.
Yeah.
Disposable men.
Disposable men, and that's one thing these people don't realize. Military operate. All those men are disposable. These stupid ass people actually think that the West cares about some Ukrainians.
bro, they are sacrificing those Ukrainian men for their agenda, man.
Everyone knows that even the scripture says it. The hills are going to be dunghills, man.
Yeah,
There's going to be so many dead bodies out there. It's going to be unbelievable, man.
yeah.
You're going to be reaching the hills for real. They're going to be looking like hills. The amount of people that are joining these different armies. Millions upon millions, man. Imagine all those people dead over there. He's going to have a hell of a job to do, man.
Yeah.
Burying those damn bodies, man.
Then they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man.
The arrows are talking about the ICBMs, man.
Yep.
You know, certain prophecies is literal, certain ones are metaphorical, man.
Yep.
You know, dark sayings, man, allegoric. But these is literally like, you know, this is prophecy metaphorically talking about the nuclear missiles, man. Arrows represent missiles coming out of the silos, man. Bow and arrow.
It says, from thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return to them.
So who's going to be taken? America. It's going to be destruction, man.
Yep.
And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. Yes.
So America's been set up as a sacrifice. It tells you in Isaiah 34. It's going to be a sacrifice of Bosra. America's Bosra, Chaldea, Nineveh, all them ancient places, Assyria, all them ancient places, man. It's going to be that. It represents America. Babylon the Great, that's going to be destroyed, man. Yeah.
Because you were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage.
You done that. You destroyed the Lord's people's heritage. You stole them from a land, you know, a different land, and took them into captivity and put them in land that they've never been before, never known, you know, or no man dwelt, you know, which is America. You know, you put them there. That was the so-called white man. He made money off the back of free labor, 400, 500 years. So-called white man. Started off their banking industries and all that. You devils, man. You're the destroyers of the Lord's heritage. Let's talk about you devils especially, man.
Yeah.
It says, because you're grown fat as the heifer at grass.
You made yourself rich, filthy rich.
Yeah. But once again, from time you can just print $300 billion into existence.
In one day, that whole the power that allowed you to be able to do that goes back to you basically stealing us, man, and getting those riches that allowed you to get your weaponry, that allowed you to subdue the nations, for the nations to accept that, man. Imagine you was fighting a war and your enemy back in the ancient world, and your enemy just magicked up some money. You'd be like, nah, blood.
Yeah,
You'd be like, what are you?
some devalued currency.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things they said about Medusa, I think it was, where when he was traveling, he was just dropping off bare gold that basically there was so much
Gold around
So much of it.
that, you know, the gold basically kind of not devalued,
Yeah,
but it was
got
like,
lower, like, because there's so
you
much
know,
of it.
because there was
It
so
wasn't-
much
yeah,
of it.
Yeah, it wasn't rare anymore. This time it wasn't rare. It was like,
Yeah.
it was like normal seeing a coin in the normal seeing a marble, whatever kind of thing. It wasn't like beer in price, I guess. Things that cost more is rarities, man.
your mother, for England, shall be sore confounded.
Potentially, America is gonna, the whole allies are gonna turn against them. America's gonna do so fucked up that even their allies are gonna be like, you know what? It's America's time to go, man. America's doing too much.
Because they're pissed off at them already.
Yeah, everyone's pissed.
Yep. You know, you look at the Iran deal, for example, right? The nations, Germany was already getting in. Oh, what? Look what they did. They blew up Germany's pipeline.
So, yeah, that's it.
You know.
That's it. Everyone's gonna walk to the earth. Everyone's gonna come to the conclusion that America is the earth.
Yep.
We need to destroy these American Edomites, man. Destroy them. Out Russia. Fuck it, man. Let's help Russia, man. Like Biden or Trump is, man. Let's destroy. Trump is going to get back into office, man. You see it. Trump is going to get back into office. Something's going to happen. You know, and Trump is going to get back in there. He's going to push that nuclear war button.
He's going to push that button. So it's the reason to say they may split that country up. They may do this. They may do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Blue cities and red cities.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Yep. It's coming, man.
It's coming.
We're coming to that time now. You know, we didn't expect 2023 to kick off the way it did just after the Passover as well, and all these
Spent
implosions happened already just after the Passover. You know, panic attacks, all this, you know, banking corruption, falling into blunders and all that, bankruptcies and all that being declared, people getting unemployed at high rates and all that, all after the Passover, and we just at the beginning of the year.
and Trump.
Yeah.
Yo, you can already see like if there's a picture of Trump in handcuffs,
They'll
all
probably
them
kick
good
off
old
some-
boys,
They're gonna kick off a riot for
all
real.
them good
Another
old
one.
boys go.
Capitol
Yeah.
Hill again.
Not much short of, we hope. This is the big hope.
You know, that we kicked off.
Because he may not get arrested, but this is the spirit that we're in. We want something to happen. We want,
We're in the climax of the movie, man.
That's it.
You know when you get into the good part of the movie, you get the popcorn
Yeah.
out, and you know something good is coming.
And you know
That's what we're waiting for. The next scene.
That's it. And you know, in a good part of a movie, you might be needing to piss. Was like,
Nah,
I
you gotta
can't
hold it,
miss
yeah.
it. I can't miss
Can't
this.
miss it. Or pause it for a second, like you're watching Netflix
You
binging
know.
and that. You gotta pause it to go get the food and come back.
That's it, man.
Fucking hell, man. I didn't want to move. That's how we are, man. We're waiting for, because we know this is a movie of the Lord. He's the ultimate producer. He's exec producer, all of that. He chose the characters. He set up the opposing forces, the good versus the wicked.
Yep.
We're watching it unfold, man. We're trying to stay on the righteous side of the Lord, man. Trying to stay in his good book. We don't get, part of the destruction that the wicked's gonna get. We're getting to the good part of the movie, the climax,
That's it.
man. This is the end of the movie. The best part of the movie. Watching the righteous be rewarded and the wicked getting their reward, man. The righteous always win in the end. At the end of the movie, the good movie is always the righteous winning in the end.
That's something. What do you call it? Spirit sense. Not the normally want to do a video on everyone wants to see the good guy win. You know, that's what the scripture says. The earnest man.
Wait for the game. So the earnest no matter how much you say, once again, we're speaking about how Moab race for help, right? But no matter how much they hate, they know
that we're supposed to be back on top, man. Even though they know that we're above them and they're supposed to be under us. They know that we're supposed to be naturally superior over all these nations. And when we get back into rulership, they kind of know that, things are going to be back the way it's supposed to be. Even though they're going to be in subjection under us
That's it.
and made tributaries and all that, at least they're going to be living healthy and eating healthy and living life how they're supposed to be after 1,000 years. Not under these devils where there's this constant fucking barrage of wickedness going on, and then bare, infiltration and, just bare wickedness going on, man.
Yeah. Some wealthy ass
Saudis, all that,
Elamites
man.
out, but then of all those nations, got ones that are in dirt poverty, man.
Of course.
That are at the bottom of the totem pole. That actually, you got the whole thing with the Uyghurs over there in China, which I think they're more like Muslim heritage, so-called Chinese Moabites, right? And then they basically are at the bottom of the rung totem pole, man. Just out there, just hurt through.
Yeah.
Right. But once again, they ain't gonna be, we ain't gonna be going around the nations, being like, yo, why are you? Because at the end of the day, that what is that? That looks bad upon our world, right?
We're gonna show these devils really rule, man. These other nations, they're waiting for it to happen.
Your mother shall be so confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nation shall be abhorred, dry land and desert.
The hindermost is talking about where? America. The hindermost part of the earth. Whoever's part west.
Yep.
That's America, man. That's probably turned into a complete desert.
Yep.
Rightfully so.
Because of the wrath of Yahweh it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished. It's all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow.
Everyone's going to shoot their nuclear missiles at where? Babylon the Great.
Yep. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she had sinned against Yahweh.
So that's hundreds and thousands, millions of warheads, man.
200 million.
Warheads gonna be just
Pelted.
pelting America, man. North America getting pelted
Yeah.
with all kind of warheads, man.
That's right.
That's gonna shake the whole earth. So that's the times that we're in, man. We're getting closer and closer to the time. MOT to the B being mandated. We gotta keep our eyes peeled, man. So keep praying and hoping that destruction to come 2023, Abba Rattazar, man. We're excited for it. So anyway, we can close out. Give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone. Shalom.